close all doors of pain. You know, I'm a beast, I'm a god, I'm immortal. I will never die. Zeus, the god, ain't got shit on I. Why? Because Zeus fell to what? Lust. If you can't control your lust, you're always be body hopping like crazy. Why do you have so many demigods and goddesses everywhere? Because he can't control his lust. If you can't control your lust, you're gonna be body hopping everywhere. I promise you that. Typically, more men are bad about that situation, and once they get into environment, culture, and the way you're raised, right, as individuals. But with that said, that's why everything starts. All this conversation starts with who? You, the person in the mirror. That's it. And from there, wise, what is your environment? Every day you build ground. What is your environment? If you live a scenario, if you're a teenager, right, 18 and under, live with your kids. I mean, live with your parents, like my kids, me. By the way, if you don't know this, I'm a single father with 8 kids, 2 baby moms. First baby mom, de la calle, a Spanish word. So English, a person from the streets, the street mentality wise. So I have 3 daughters with her wise. She hasn't been our daughter's life for like, 10, 11 years roughly. And which is her choice. I have nothing against her at all. That's her choice. But now I know why she is the way she is. Now I know 1,000, why I failed in that relationship wise, because opposites attract. That's why all you middle school, I tell my kiddos, you name my oldest daughter, she's about to be 21 this year, right? And I told her, she's going through relationship shit, etc. wise. And I told her, like, hey, you don't have to listen to me. I haven't been the best father, but the last 3 years I've been working on myself to be better father wise. Past has been written. I said a lot of shit to you and to all my kids. I tell people, you gotta watch your words. I tell you, first and foremost, it's not easy being a parent. I'm gonna tell you right now, if anyone's like, if you get a chance to talk to parents, if there's a somewhat a relationship there wise, if not, you can try to. If not, I tell people, like, I get it. A lot of kids don't want to talk to parents because us kids destroy you with words. Fuck yeah, I comprehended 1,000 now, right? And don't get me wrong, I knew what I was saying then, but I didn't care because I had too much stress upon me. I was taking care of the household best as single father. Well, then with my ex-wife, us together with 8 kids together in the household, and I'm working, doing my father stuff, doing computers, doing a lot of shit for one individual. So obviously, if I get easy triggered, because the intent when you go home, it should be a happy home, quote unquote. But the more kids you have, the more stress it is. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, that's why, like, a lot of females or single mothers or females in general, when they ask me if I have kids, I was like, I got a squad. Like, what do you mean? I was like, I got eight kids. I got a colony, man. Like, Dan, I'm stressing about one. I was like, well, no matter what, 1 kid or more, the more kids you have, yes, it's more stress. But that's why the intent, I tell my kids, don't be like your pops. Don't be nothing like first and foremost, everybody, kids nor marriage guarantee a long-term healthy relationship at all. Fuck no, there's no guarantee at all. It takes you two as individuals to work on yourselves. If the intent, the potential thing, you match each other's energy, level, standards, and love language. We do what? Communication, comprehension. It is just you and I. We lust and love each other only. If you can't control your lust, which is typically men, aka boys, then they're not ready for relationships. That's why as individuals, I tell people, I use myself as an example all the time. Behind the screen, in the streets you see me, on social media you see me, on pod you see me, brown person with tattoos, what do you think automatically? And they'll say, oh, only God can judge bullshit. Everyone judges, right? I tell people, judge me, but read me. What? Communication. You're judging me. That's communication. Now you're reading me. If you're not to read me, then now you're doing comprehension. What do I talk about? What does my tattoo say, right? So you think gangbanger, mafioso, drug dealer, right? But now you're on my platforms. Look at my platforms. Do I show anything about bitches partying, kicking it, drugs, alcohol, pills, sinking the mind, ass thinking because black versus brown, all that corny ass blue pill talk? Nothing of that. I'm not a blue pillar. I'm a red pill. If I want to be famous on social media, I'll be like this blue pillars, especially in the Spanish culture, which I knock the shit out of culture which way. I would talk about the Spanish culture to the fullest, promote it. I don't give no fucks about the culture because the culture cannot benefit me in life. That is man-made bullshit. Red pill talk is I'm just a brown person in the universe and that's it. I go on my day. And with that, so when you love yourself 1,000, you're confident with yourself. And you can destroy the whole universe with petty-ass words because the truth hurts. The truth hurts every which way. Like, where I'm from here, little Mexico, like the older cats look at me, the older generation, the raza and shit, and they just turn their head. They're scared to look at me and shit. And but they're scared to ask a question. What's your tattoos? What's all this? Females, for the most part, like the younger generation, they'll ask me, right? They'll walk up to me. I'm at the gym, which is I'm surprised, and I just tell them, boom, hey, it's a crash course to life. Like, what do you mean it's a crash course to life? And so I'm working out the gym with them, power walking, whatever, lifting weights, and then I'm just like, man, you speak some good shit. I'm like, yeah, well, it's because once again, I'm way older than you wise. I could be your father wise as far as age wise because they're young females, and I go, you got to be careful. Like I tell my daughters, like, judge me and read me. Look at what I'm talking. I go, I'm not even passing boundaries. Look at the gym. All these young cats. Our culture, they're doing my achievement passing boundaries at the gym, imagine the streets and all that good shit, And that's the shit I tell everybody. You gotta judge everybody. Am I acting nice? Am I being nice? Am I offering you love? Am I offering you lust? aka toxic love. If you can't comprehend that, you can't judge and read me, I will destroy you. How so? And people want to see you, I'm narcissist. Everyone has narcissist traits. What is that? I just got finished my tattoos. Lucifer side, hate. There's narcissists, right? Pride, ego, lust, power, and greed. All those 5 categories. If you can't control your narcissist side of you, you would destroy people. You would use your... Not even gonna say this, but females, deadass, y'all don't know this, but I'm gonna tell you 1,000 if you don't know this. Y'all ladies run the universe. Physically, cosmetically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and verbally. Your voice is way fucking more powerful than mine. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I challenge all the universe. 95% of women in the universe can't teach me nothing in life. I haven't done against them, but I can have, I trigger with this conversation, but they'll actually ask me questions. They'll DM me, etc., and so on and so on, right? You can take all my TikTok, you can take this live word for word, you will make way more fame than I will. And when they ask you any question, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you won't know how to answer it, but you will give views, followers, all that great jazz, right? So with that said, that's why cosmetic and physically have way more often than a man. Any dead ass, go on my lives, you see my numbers on any live that I'm on, right? I got my 5 platforms going, right? Combine all my lives together, 5 platforms, I have what, let me see, 70. I have about like 150 people on 5 platforms. Go on any female's live, one fucking female, and they have hundreds, thousands. It's fucking mind blowing. Cause why? Not gonna say it, but sex, lust. If they're offering lust to the fullest, what's that called? Toxic love, right? So if you can't control your lust, all these cyber tricks with gift all day, every day. Why do you have it? Like the OnlyFans is so fucking saturated, it's retarded. I'm not saying all. A lot of women that you see on these platforms, all their selfies is showing hella flesh, hella lust. I just think automatically OnlyFans. I don't think against them. Make your money, ladies. 1,000. If I was a female, trust me, if I was a female and knowing all this shit, I'll be OF and I would teach everything, but I won't be laying down nobody. Not like a lot of OnlyFans are, because they can't teach me this shit at all. 95% of them broken codependent, but yes. Physically beautiful, nice body, BBLs, all that good shit. Money, sex, and fame. But here's the kicker. They have all man-made bullshit, right? Which a lot of people are doing what? You're looking and trying to find happiness and love and buying it, what? And people and man-made bullshit. You can travel the universe all you want. You go to Dubai all you want. But why every night when you go to sleep, you're still what? You still have anxiety, depression, paranoia, PTSD, suicidal thoughts, low self-esteem, anger issues. You're still a crackhead, alcoholic, tweakers, doing booger sugar. How? Make that shit make sense. Me, I like to give people shit because that's my narcissist trait, to trigger you. But let's talk about it if you want to, which is your choice. I will not force this conversation upon you. That is your choice. If not, wear the mask of smiles, behind you dying and crying, keep running from your life. Be like Forrest Gump for the rest of your life. Or like to call everybody out younger than I, it took me 39 years of my life, 39, to figure all this shit that I'm saying. And my family and culture base, I'm considered crazy. But once again, when you work on yourself, which females are way better than males about that situation, you go to healing, awakening, eventually woke journey-wise, and you speak more spiritual, more godly, positive-like, and you haven't ever spoke like that in your life, yes, you show a lot of respect, keep it humble, but nothing was like positive talk, nothing to give people guidance and forewarnings, none of that shit. Now you can see it crazy. Like, damn, they tell me, you've been talking about this 3 years now, and you're still stuck on your ex. I'm like, you can say that. And you can think that, but think is not knowing. Like, I go, am I talking about my ex? I go, no, I'm talking about relationships in general-wise. Because the ones that are going through it, they're fucked every which way like I was 3 years ago. But that's what I tell people, to trigger you. Y'all going through toxic relationship now in it, or you just got out of a toxic relationship, or you're still in the beginning of the healing awakening journey. Yeah, you're fucking dying and crying. It hurts every which way, right? And it sucks. But that's why the healing journey sucks. But why does it hurt in the beginning so bad? Why do you think in your head that I need somebody by my side, especially my ex? Because we're broken and codependent. In our heads, we're brainwashed. We need people in life. No. That's so fucking incorrect. The only person you need, chase, compete, submit, and need validation from is who? You, the person in the mirror. You come first and foremost before anyone in the universe. The only person that, I say it 1,000 times, the only person that needs anybody for now is our kids. For now. Why for now? Because our kids, like my 8 kids, all my 8 kids can grow up to be 18, right? Graduate. And let's say scenario, right? If I had a partner but I don't have a partner, let's say I did, right? Step parent, we take care of the kids. They all grew up, co-parenting on my side, co-parenting on my side. All 8 kids grew up, 18 graduate. All my 8 kids and then graduate. Every time they graduate, they tell me, Dad, fuck you. You know what? I don't want to talk to you. To me, wise, I won't get my feelings about it. Be cool, son, daughter, that's cool with you. Most definitely. I'm going to remind you that that's definitely your choice, nothing against you. The door is always here for you when you're talking vibe. And they say, fuck you, I'm not even going to talk to you. Like, cool, say less. And I go on my day. See, I trip, I don't fall adapt to my situation. A lot of you parents out there, when your kids tell you that you did both your parenting did good on both sides, gave your kid everything, all the love and respect to your kid, taught them everything, and magically for some reason, because remember shit goes online, but I can tell you the main reason why is to be relationships. They can say, I'm done. I don't want to talk to nobody. They can go in the cocoon and just push everybody away, which happens quite a bit. But the main fucking reason why it keeps relationships, deadass, the only fucking reason why life became really, really hard. Once again, yes, you have child trauma, bullies and bullshit. It's cool. I get that. Most definitely, trust me. I was there with you at this age. But the only reason why life became hella hard, relationships, fucking destroys you every which way. Why did you all of a sudden become like me? Like a lot of us, you question your self-worth. You're about fucking rejection. Like you feel like if someone tells you no, I'm not good enough. Make that fucking shit make sense. One person tells you no, and they don't gotta give an explanation, which is definitely their choice. But if you don't ask the question, they tell you, boom. If I ask the girl out, hey, I like to get to know you, can be more than something. Can I take you out to eat? And she just tell me straight up, no, I'm good. But if I sit there quiet, okay, cool, and just walk away. Now my feelings, right? But here's the kicker. But I was scared to ask a question because why? Now my feelings about the situation. No, in time to work on yourself, takes courage and strength. And just ask a simple question. Is it because, the way I look, my tattoos, you don't want to, whatever. It's okay to ask you that. And maybe she might tell you, or he or she, whatever you're into, it's because of this. Oh, no, I just love, have a lot of respect for you as a friend. Nothing more than that. Cool, platonic it is. And it's not awkward. It only becomes awkward if you both have become awkward. Me individually, I tell ladies, shoot your shot. It's an open mind conversation, but with that said, as an individual, when you're working on yourself, you got to match your level standards of love language to the potential to be. Like, you can be physically attracted to potential because that's the intent, to be physically attracted to somebody, right? But with that said, like, judge yourself and them, the potential to be wise, and match cards. Do you believe in match energy every which way? Or are you just going, he or she's beautiful? Fucking beauty is everywhere. Lust is everywhere. That shit is free. But how are they up in their matching, spiritual, emotional, mentally? How are they healing journey? Actually working themselves. Because a lot of people can tell you, I worked on myself. But once again, actually be louder than words. If you don't know how to judge me, then I will destroy you if I choose to. If I want to use narcissist traits, please. I can fucking gaslight manipulate any female in the universe. Simple conversation. I can tell you everything you want to hear, what you wanted to hear in life. And you're going to fall for it, especially if you're still working on yourself. If you don't know how to work yourself to the fullest, have a support team. I say you have to have a force of trigger. You should want to have a support team. Because to try to work on yourself by yourself, I'm going to tell you 1,000, it's fucking too hard by yourself. Because if you don't have so much knowledge and it's tapped out, then what are you going to do? Keep wearing the mask smiles behind you, dying and crying, observing everybody in happy relationships, and you're in a toxic ass one, or you're single by yourself, fucking miserable as fuck, praying, planning, hoping you have a good partner by your side in time. But if you're not, but we want the relationship, right? But are you ready for it? What? Are you ready for it? You can think, think is not knowing. You gotta know you're ready for a relationship. If not, get in a relationship, and from there, wise, if you get scared because, you know what, especially a lot of us empathetic people, right? Godly people, positive people, wise, if you know you're a good person and you give your own relationship, right, then you know you're fucking good, right? That's awesome. A for effort. Give yourself a high five. The downfall about the situation is typically opposites attract. And you're gonna fucking date Lucifer's disciple because they gaslight and manipulate. So you're a fucking dream and you got destroyed. And when they try and bond you, which they shall, how so? The only reason why we get in people get triggered with petty ass words, mainly the ones that hurt the most, is people we lay down with. We exchange energy. That's why form a bond, aka soul tie. And that's when you become trauma bonded. If you know what a trauma bond is, that's when you motherfuckers break up 1,000 times. Everyone is toxic. You know it's toxic as fuck, but you pray, plan, hope that they change their ways. The downfall is God's been hearing your prayer for so many years. God's like, yo, baby girl, baby boy, I've been hearing you for so long time, but you're praying for the wrong person. I can't fix you or save them. That is their choice, like it's your choice. And I'm telling you should pray, plan, hope that you walk away. Build the courage to walk away. What? Take the L. Walk away, save yourself. If you choose to want, it's your choice. What do you mean it's my choice? I gave the whole universe free will. Remember that everyone has free will in the universe. Every day above ground, you can do whatever you like. What? You have choices. Happy, bitter, hateful, drugs, alcohol, pills, booger, sugar, body hop, BBLs. Do what you gotta do to make yourself happy or miserable. Your choice. And with that said, from there, once again, every day above ground, what is your environment? If you're in middle school, high school, like I talked to so many one-on-ones on my Likey squad, they ask for relationship advice. They're like 10, 15, 16 years old. I'm going to tell you like I tell my kids, yo, stick to books first and foremost. And I go, you have feelings. You have heart and feelings. That's an awesome, concept of downfall getting destroyed. Like, what do you mean? I go, no middle school, high school in the universe, not in Earth, because it's got to be aliens. They have the same shit we're going through, but they're just advanced technology-wise. But it's the same shit we have, relationship bullshit, right? Anyways, show me a middle school, high school that's blessed. They're not toxic relationship. They don't worry about this phone. They don't worry about the sneaky links, all that stuff. The jail entanglements, the snapping IG, all that bullshit. Show me a good, healthy couple in middle school, high school, anywhere in the universe. It's fucking very, very rare. Because what happens? Scenario, I'm in middle school, high school. Let's say I'm a high school, right? And I have a partner. We're both empathetic. We're both squared to the fullest. We less and love each other only. What's going to happen on my side and her side? Especially in your guys' generation, if you're 25 and under. This phone. Because nowadays, for the most part, you middle school, high school, even if you're 25 and under, you guys have no balls nor courage to walk up to somebody to have a conversation, for the most part. But once again, it's your environment. You used to watch a little mess go on from, opposite of Seattle, 3 hours east. It's 2023, but it's 1950 Rolodex times. These kids don't have no fucking courage to walk to nobody. Tell my daughters, y'all, what's your IG, what's your Snap? Y'all starting this bullshit ass phone. You have no courage to walk to somebody to have a conversation. Now go 3 hours west side, my real home, Seattle, the west side, the best side. Females over there and males, extroverts, easily go have a conversation with you. Like everyone tells me I'm on this side of town, like you're on the wrong side of town. I go, I know I am. This is little Mexico. Old school white folk, they can't teach me shit here. There is no potential on my side, cause I'm way too once again 1950 Rolodex, and I'm 2023 living on fucking 1950s time. That's why everyone looks at me crazy when they hear me having this conversation with females in the streets. Wise, everyone looks. But they don't say shit. Even the people older than I am, I'm considered crazy. I'm like, cool, I'm crazy, but I'm blessed. Y'all stay saying, go to church, love God, and be in the toxic relationship, then you go home. I pray for you, and that's it. In Seattle, the farmers market, like the females, man, they're not like this year when I go. It starts like next month, wise, and they're gonna see my. I've been dealing with these females for 1 year to 11 years. Every year they see me more tattoos, like telling a story, and we have conversations, and they're cool because. Even some of the males there, they'd be like, dude, you're like my fruit guy, my computer guy, you're like my counselor, my therapist. Like, hey, I'm just telling a story, man. I just want you to, to remember you're not alone. I got you. And it's simple questions. To have conversation with people in the fucking universe, it's easy. How you doing? How's it going? How's life? How's family? How's your mansion? Mansion, watch over my neck, man. Your head, how you doing up here? Spiritual, emotional, mental, how you doing up here, man? You good? They'd be like, damn, you ask a lot of good questions. I'm just making sure you're okay. Because when I was a lot younger, no one asked me these questions. I just fucking wore the mask, smiles. I'm good. But behind that bitch, I was dying and crying. That's a very unjust feeling to have. Like, I imagine y'all see the TikToks, right? Where they be like, yo, I could be with my whole squad of peoples. Room full of people, I feel alone. Why? Because you don't reach out to nobody. And which is death for your choice. And I get it. When you reach out to people, they fucking, use your past. Throw shit in your face, and what do? You build walls. That's why I love TikTok. The downfall when you build walls, what happens? You can't see behind the wall. You won't give nobody time of day to talk to you. You can be sure I'm good. Even though everyone sees your body language, facial expressions, your energy, that you're down, you're mad, you're bitter, right? Quote unquote. So the cool thing that's why I love TikTok. Instead of building walls, kids, build fences. Why? Because you can't see behind the wall. But if you build fences, like home improvement back in the day, there's a fence. Face to face, eye to eye. It's a boundary. Once you build courage to verbalize your boundaries, you can tell me no. If I'm passing boundaries, but that's why as an individual, what I do, like tell everybody on all my platforms, one-on-ones, all that good stuff, my Zoom calls, it's about you. It's not about I. I'm blessed in life. I love myself to the fullest. I don't need people in life. I don't need a partner. I want a partner if she wants I, and so on and so on, right? See? Because when you need people, you're broken codependent. You want people, now you love yourself to the fullest for the most part. You're still working on yourself, and you comprehend, I don't need nobody, because if they get up and leave, that is definitely their choice. I can't force them to be in my life. But the ones that hurt the most is people we lay down with. The potential to be our partners because you exchange energy. And that's where you become stuck in life, because if you get stuck in a soul tie, aka trauma bond, you're going to be there for a minute. If you're by yourself, you're going to be there for a long minute. Why do you think a lot of y'all are by yourself, right? You might have a support team here and there, but if they can't tell you what I'm telling you wise, they're going through their own personal issues potentially wise, right? Family, friends, who the situation is wise, they're partners. And you support each other, but if you both only have so much of knowledge of how to evolve, guidance in life and the relationships, how you both or four supposed to progress in life to get out of a toxic relationship if you don't know how to. That's the cool thing about social media. So I tell people 1,000. Maybe locally where you're from, you have no one to talk to. Maybe you try to talk to a lot of people, and You know, every time you try, they fucking throw shit, you know, you're passing your face. So you build your walls up and you push everybody away. So now you really fucking feel alone, right? And you had your best friend and your worst enemy, right? But the cool thing in social media, what am I doing this live for? Locally, once again, this conversation locally, only so many females I have a conversation with. And typically the ones at the gym, surprisingly. You know, because it's funny because, once again, it's the environment. For the most part, like Hispanics, Mexicans, stuff like that, our culture ways is kind of shy, especially the females, right? Because in our culture, even Latinos too, but to a certain extent wise, right, and Spaniards, the female not supposed to be doing like a lot of talking, right? Because if they do that, it's kind of flirty, passing boundaries type situation. But the male is supposed to wise, right? So the scenario when if they see a female talking to me wise, they potentially wise think that we know we're going out. That's the mentality wise, right? So that's why they'll walk up to me at the gym wise or in the stores and they'll pass by me. So I'm already watching them because, you know, when you're woke in yourself, you can feel when people are watching you more now, right? And I look and I glance and I see, okay, they're following me, and then you know, because it takes strength and courage to walk to somebody, especially when I'm not used to doing that. So I'll be, hey, you know, can I help you with something? And they'll be like, excuse me, like I know you've been following me. I'm like, is it my tattoos? Oh yeah, it's your tattoos. I was like, it's going on. Start a conversation. I go, you can ask a question, whatever you like, man. Like, you're not gonna offend me at all, you know. And we start having the conversation, and they'd be like, damn, you speak some good shit. I was like, yeah, because I like the shit of Spanish culture. All the Hispanic, Latino, Spanish in the universe, Spanish people, 99% of you boys can't teach me shit. You can't, your daddy can't, your brother can't, grandpa, uncles, great-grandpa can't teach me shit. And all. Because if I typically they're the machista, a.k.a. the narcissist, is the machismo, a.k.a. what? The narcissism, they're passing balance to fullest. Females are what? Mandilonas, typically empathetic ones. They can't do shit. That's why I tell people, scenario, if I'm the machista, remember, all you behind the screen, if you speak a different tongue, I don't care if you're Somalian, you know, Russian, whatever tongue you speak, wise. I'll teach you 2 words in Spanish, and in your tongue, you use those same words, but whatever the words you use in your tongue. So in our culture, in Spanish culture, a machista is a narcissist. And machismo, when you pass the boundaries to the fullest, when I have a partner, that's called narcissism. So scenario, to break it down easier for you, wise. That's why I love like the shit in Spanish culture. Who do I get? I get both sides, males and females, attention, but typically who? The females, because they're the dummies like I was in toxic relationships. No one's perfect. We are flaws. I comprehend that 1,000. Who was raised very incorrectly, wise. But in the Spanish culture, I knock the shit out of the culture every which way, especially relations, fucking basura, aka garbage. That's minimal narcissistic. So scenario, if I was a machista, right? Like a lot of my family is, etc. wise, I won't say names, but they know who we are. And that doesn't like me too much because, and that's why they stopped talking to me because they know exactly I'm talking about them, right? And do I care? No, because my job's to trigger you. My narcissistic traits. I tell people, yo, first I'm sour, fuck you and your feelings. What? All you boys, fuck you and your feelings. Deadass. No remorse, no empathy, no sympathy. That's me. That's my narcissistic traits. Now I'm sweet. What? If you want to talk, reach out to me. I'll elaborate why I'm saying what I'm saying. We're having a conversation. First I'm sour, then I'm sweet. There it is. You learn how to control the good side and bad side of your view of everyone. You can all do it for yourself when you work on yourself as an individual. Instead of body hopping, instead of running for yourself, try to comprehend yourself. So with that said, that's why in Spanish culture. So if I was a machista and I had a girlfriend, right? So I'm going to test her boundaries. In the beginning, I'd be lovey-dovey, all that bullshit, love bomb, fake romantic love story, aka honeymoon phase, right? And from there, when I get comfortable, right? Because dead as all your relations, blue pillars, even red pillars, the demigod, goddesses-wise, I give you 30 days, 90 days tops. What do you mean? It starts with lust, then it goes to what? Love, toxic love, and the spark's over. That's it. 30 days, 90 days tops. What do you mean? In 90 days, y'all bang like buddies and that's it. You don't even know each other. You have nothing in common. Garbage ass shit. Then what? What do y'all do? Stay there? And if you catch feelings, that shit sucks. And then if a baby gets in the way, boom, it's another situation going on, right? And you don't even know each other. It was just lust and cosmetics and that's it, right? But anyways, so let's say I did that, right? So I would test the boundaries by why? Checking out girls in front of her. And if she don't tell me nothing, I'm passing the boundaries, right? And if she can't tell me nothing at all in our culture, for the most part, that's what guys do, right? That's what guys do. That bullshit ass motherfucking excuse. And you girls, the Spanish girls doing that shit, stay there like a dummy. Stay like they're like your auntie, grandma, you know, mother's doing it, sister's doing it, and just to have a title, a fucking bullshit title. Well, yeah, your father cheated on me, your grandpa cheated on me, etc. But I would stay together. 30 years, I mean to give him shit. Yeah, 30 years fucking miserably. I don't give a fuck about no bullshit title. I'm with, you know, once again, I'm a single father with 8 kids, 2 baby moms. Why would I want a bullshit title? I'm with my first baby mom for 30 years, but we're miserable as fuck. Just to say that, they're 30 years strong. There ain't no such thing as 30 years strong if you're both bumping heads. That's called toxic love. That's called you're accepting people life. What's accepting people life? When you drop the butt line, they could be fucking beautiful BBLs, 6 figures, 1,000 supercars, right? But when people tell you, oh yeah, you're a happy couple, and what are you gonna be like? Yeah, I'm blessed, but he's controlling, but she's jealous. All your little butt lines, you're accepting that person in your life. And the downfall of that situation is by accepting people in life, you're lying to yourself every which way. Stay there for the money, stay there for the lust, stay there for the love. Take it back, love, toxic love. Do what you gotta do to lie to yourself, manipulate yourself, gaslight yourself to stay there. Pray, plan, hope. Maybe he or she'll get better tomorrow. And you be saying that for weeks, months, fucking years, babies, marriages, and still saying the same shit. And cool, stay there miserably wise. Do I feel sorry for you? No. Once again, to my narcissist traits, no, I don't feel sorry for you. Because I was you. It takes, my first baby mom took me 12 years. Toxic as a relationship, every fucking which way. But now I know why, and that's why I created that category. Because you're like a person in the street. Because now I know her culture, environment, all that good shit. I get it. I have nothing against her. I pray she's doing better. I pray she worked on herself. Do I believe she has? More likely not. But all I do is pray. I don't focus and sit and waste my energy on that. Like, I pray she's doing better. That she's progressing in life. All I do is sit and pray and go on my day. Well, I'm gonna stress about an ex that's over. Because she hasn't been in her daughter's life, that is her choice. People go through shit in life, etc., and I get it, right? And that's why I go on my day. And the cool thing when you work on yourself, you could talk about your past if you worked on yourself as an individual, right? Because this is the true test of yourself as an individual. If you can talk about your past, the relationship destroyed you every which way to anyone in the universe, especially people that are close to you, your parents, your kiddos, your family, whoever the situation is wise, right? And you don't shed a tear, you don't choke up, I need to take a break, Because why? You're getting emotional. That's a true test of yourself. First hard part, which a lot of people can do, forgive. Obviously not forget. The second hardest part, which a lot of people know how to do this shit, and I mean a lot, let go. What? Gotta let them go. If you don't let your ex go or exes in your mansion, that door of pain, you're right there. I'm sorry, this side. Your ex, exes, they own those doors of pain. Everyone that hurt you with these pettiest words, especially relationship, they own that door of pain. And you can do like TikTok, no contact. Cool, block them, run from them, do what you gotta do. But once again, if you don't let them go, if you don't do closure for yourself, if you're managing close that door paying your ex-wise, then they're always, not a little bit, a lot of bit, fucking always 1,000 gonna be kryptonite. Because every time you think about them, every time you hear about them, you don't gotta say verbally, but mentally, fuck them. What? Fuck them? And let's say scenario, no contact. You haven't talked to them for 2 fucking years and still fuck them? Damn, that means you're bitter or hateful. You're narcissistic side, the bad side of you. Why do you waste your energy and someone's not by your side no more? You did no contact, you blocked the marriage way, and you can feel good about yourself. Like, cool, I don't see him. Yes, cool, but the true test, always the true test, is the day you see him face to face. What? What's gonna happen to you face to face? I tell all my one-on-ones that shit. What do you mean? Scenario. I love doing the scenario, right? Scenario. It's 5 years, right? You hook up with the person by your side. Hey, well, thank you for the gifts, guys. You don't have to, but thank you. But what you gonna call it? You have a scenario. You haven't seen her in 5 years, and let's say I'm your partner, right? You told me about your ex, how he treated you, etc., that you let him go. You worked on yourself, and that's what you told me. I'm gonna believe you because you're my new partner. I like the jazz. Benefit of the doubt. Everything's good. We do communication comprehension. Everything's good as far as TLC, all the good shit, right? And then say we're traveling. We're traveling to Paris, right? And for 5 years, you and I've been together. No situation, no altercation. It's fucking beautiful, marvelous. Not nothing, right? Obviously, nothing perfect. But when you do communication comprehension, if there's altercation, there won't be an altercation because you talk about it there and then. If anyone can't talk about it because you're getting fit-ins, what do? Hey, babe, we'll switch the subject up and we'll fall back in a couple of days because I don't want to trigger you more than you already are. That's the correct way to do it. You can't force anyone to sit about the conversation and boom, squash it there and then. No, because if they're bothered and triggered, then the smart thing you do is like, yo, cool, let's switch it up. Let's go outside and get some air. Let's go out to eat. Go catch a flick. Switch the whole subject. That gives them time to cool down and then catch up with the breath. Because when you trigger your narcissistic traits and you become verbally abusive, which is called reactive abuse, you're reacting to the words I'm telling you or the environment or the situation we're talking about. If I keep poking the bears and just escalate, I can talk about words ain't shit. You can cuss me out. It's petty words, whatever, right? But with that said, that's the ish. Oop. Sorry, Kyle. Let me read this. Looks like we're about the same age. This is intriguing because I have no experience with the scenario you're going through. I keep my great experience with my exes in the spank for when the time is right, but I don't talk about them after the relationship's over. Oh, no, most definitely. You could do that, most definitely. Like, I tell everybody, like, to each their own. Like, me individual, like, I'm cool with all my exes for the most part. Like, my recent ex-wives last year, so I've been celibate, single for a year and a month now, right? Which is the longest been in my lifetime. But I'm cool. I tell people, I don't feel alone, you know? And nothing's wrong being alone-wise. And then I don't get beat up by the loneliness. A lot of people are scared to be alone because why? The loneliness, what's the loneliness? Because you're codependent. I need a body by my side. You don't need a body by your side. You want a body by your side if they want you. You're matching energy, not taking energy, right? So with that said, like, I still talk to my ex, you know, we're hella cool. She broke it off, and that's when I started preaching about love language. I didn't really know too much about that because that's more the spiritual world wise, and that's why I love her for that, because it was the best breakup in the universe. Like, me in my lifetime, I've had about like 5 relationships, 2 long term. First baby mom 12 years, second baby mom 7 years, in between relationships for like a year and a half, if that, right? So if I'm with you, etc. Was it the best? No. So my last ex wise, Amber wise, the best relationship, you know, and it was an LDR, long distance relationship wise. So with that said, guys, long distance relationships, like, they can be hella hard. Like, there was no trust. Like, we had trust and lust for each other. There was no like infidelity, none of that stuff. But it's like, I'm from Washington State, she's from California. You know, I barely got a full-time job because where I'm from, because luckily it's my boy, because where I'm from, Little Mexico, Eastern Washington, tattoos is wrong, especially as a male. And your face, neck, no. But once again, in this universe, females run the universe to the fullest. All the females at the gas station, they get these jobs. It's called sex appeal, lust. They'll attract all the customers all day, every day. Because why? Ink therapy, all that great jazz, bodies, all that good shit, right? Because they offer, they're not doing purposely wise, but that's the way it works, right? Blue pillar stock, right? So with that said, that's why, you know, her best breakup. Not going to say this and it sound like narcissistic, but I want ever, not never. When people say, I'm never going to cheat, I'm never going to drink, I'll never cry, you know, don't defy logic. That's Lucifer's side. Lucifer decided, you know, defy logic and call out God. And here we are today, right? So when you say, I'm never going to cheat, I'm never going to cry, you're going to cheat, you're going to cry, you're going to do your drugs again, whatever situation. Try to use every word but never. Like me, I won't ever, I won't, I'll avoid, etc. I won't ever shed a tear for a female, ever. I don't need a partner, I want a partner. So with that said, when she broke it off, I went on my day. Okay, cool, relative respect, no problem. Can we still be cool friends, whatever, you know, whatever, platonic, or respect your boundaries, we can squash it, whatever you like to, right? I mean, no, we still talk, right? So that was I was like, damn, you know, a test for myself. Like, hell yeah, that's fucking beautiful. I want my day. You tell people when they're going through it, because when they go through breakups, what happens to them? Yo, I'm about to get off social media because my girl and I, we squashed it, broke it off. Pardon me. So I'm taking a break from social media. That lets you know they're about to go through it. And that's why the intent in each relationship you get out of, the intent is to fall back and work yourself. Don't do the whole phase, which typically men do that, aka boys. Females do it too, wise. But the thing is, the only reason why you do the whole phase, because you're trying to fill a void you cannot get it from your ex-wives. And typically, first and foremost, it's actually deeper than that. It's actually the first person that you destroyed or they destroyed you. If you started dating in middle school, high school, that's where it started at. And from there, it's just dominoes. All you doing is stacking and stacking and stacking. The first hard part, forgive, which a lot of people do. Not forget. The second hardest part, which a lot of people don't do, you gotta let them go. What? You gotta let them go. If you don't let go of your exes, the potentials to be, what are you doing? You're gonna compare all your exes to the new potentials to be. And the downfall by that situation, if you don't work on yourself, a lot of us men do more than females do. You're in a self-sabotage relationship. How so? When you drop that corny ass line, you get a little argument, get heated. You're just like my ex. Oh shit! Drop that line, your shit's over. Dead ass. How so? Because now if your potential to be, you told a sob story to you cried about your ex-wives, right? Played a role of victim to trigger you. That's what you're doing. Then what? They want to give you everything. They want to give you what your ex didn't give your ex's family, whoever such an ex is, right? And they will give you everything. The downfall, when you give them that, now they're gonna, oh, I'm not your ex. Why are you comparing me? And they, if you I've been there, done that, they can be doing TLC. Are you smashing me? Are you smashing your ex? During TLC, like, what the fuck? Yeah, but why? Because now you made your new partner insecure. Because you haven't let go of your exes, and that's the intent, not to self-sabotage relationship. That's why the intent is to fall back, working yourself, and don't get involved in relationships if you're not ready for it. A lot of people, oh, I'm ready. Bullshit. A lot think is not knowing again, and that's why my back of my shirt says, hurt people, and you will. If you're used to toxic relationships, right? Toxicity the fullest, which a lot of us are. But typically, once again, us more narcissistic, communication and comprehension. Females are more empathetic, communication, comprehension. Opposites attract. Yeah, empath and narcissist. There you go. That's how you fucking feel on your face like a champ, right? More females than males. Then what? you sit there miserable-wise. And then, so you're both scared to be alone. You just fucking deal with the situation, quote unquote, right? And that's just so unjust. It's the shitty part about a situation like that was you can hate each other, right? But at least at nighttime, well, at least they're not on the street, somebody else. But right, you're in the fucking laying in the same bed, can't do shit with each other, don't want to touch each other, nothing. But at least they're not somebody else. Like, dude, mind-blowing thoughts of shit we do or put ourselves through. Like, dude, no. The intent is that if they don't want to be with you, you see that, like me, I tell every female the potential to be. You see that door right there? You can always come and go whenever you want to. What? I don't need you, I want you, vice versa. So the day something happens on your side, you're tired of me, then there's a door. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You know, people come and go. It's a blessing and a lesson, and that's it. You know? I'm just letting you know. I thought people have to verbalize, you know, the way you sit mentally up here in your mansion. If you worked on yourself, right? If you worked on yourself, not then sell dreams. Gaslight, manipulate, use your narcissist traits, and then blame everybody in the mother for your mistakes. Blame your exes, blame your mother, father, blame your child trauma. Do what you got to do to make yourself feel better. Even though you're fucking up, destroying people, which is definitely your choice, right? Point the finger. It's easier to run from your problems than to face your problems. And you don't face all your problems at once. No, you self-destruct one door at a time. That's why. And after rap artist, having my neck for a reason to show him no respect, I took his song, Mansion, and made it my way. How so? Because in your mansion, your head, all the doors are pain wide open. Why? Because you haven't let go of your exes, past pain, toxic love, trauma, child trauma. That's why you have anxiety, depression, paranoia, PTSD, suicide thoughts, low self, anger issue. The bottom mansion says what? Triggers, all capital letters, overthinking, reactive abuse. What's reactive abuse? If you don't know what reactive abuse is, this is potentially scenario. If I talk about myself, guys, right? So I'm not a physical abuser. I don't want to get physical altercations with nobody in the universe. In my lifetime, I've gotten 3 physical altercations, and I just do submissions. You know, hold people out, choke people out. I don't want to fight nobody. No one in the universe that get physical, nobody. That's your narcissist traits. When anyone gets physical, like kids are growing up. I'm talking about teenagers, adults, and bullshit. Y'all become caveman, deadass. Anyone that becomes physical with anybody, you become, Lucifer Disciple, Marty Caveman, Wreck-It Ralph, Hulk Smash. That's it. Because you're not control your bad side of you, Lucifer's side, hate, pride, ego, lust, power, and greed. You can't control your pride, your ego, your power, nor your hate. If someone call you stupid, they call you kids stupid, it's just a fucking word. Have you heard of the reverse? I imagine you have heard of this. Reverse psychology? Use the same words they use, and potentially you might trigger them. Because when people talk shit about you or your kids or scenario, your family, they're doing what? Deflection and projection. They got their own personal issues, right? But they don't want to work with themselves. They wear the mask smiles behind the dying crying, but they won't let people know. And now they project shit onto you. You, your family, and kids. They want to get a reaction out of you. And when they do, like my scenario was, once again, 95% of you, now that I control my narcissist to the fullest, I can destroy all you guys, 95% of you, with petty-ass words and the truth. Every which way. If you tell me about your past, right? All your past. Like my one-on-one, tell them. My one-on-one, etc. You tell me about your past, your child trauma, your exes, everything. Everyone that destroyed you in lifetime, right? And let's see if we get an altercation. Or if I want to message you to see how you're doing on your evolving healing journey, I can bring up all your past. And when I trigger you, become verbally abusive, that's reactive abuse. You're reacting to the words I'm telling you, right? Because I'm bringing your past to your present and throwing in your face. And you become physically abusive, that's your narcissist traits. Because I'm you're poking the bear, pushing the buttons, right? Because I'm choosing to. But with that said, because I know how to control my narcissist traits, because I know everything about you, because I'm going off what you told me. And it's easy to tell because if I'm talking about your past-wise, body language, eyes, facial expressions, tone of voice. No, I'm not mad. Even though you're hella serious, turning red, fucking tearing up. Like, someone's about to fucking burst when they're tearing up or shedding tears. They're finding themselves so hard to not react more than they already are with the words, right? And they're not trying to catch a case. That's what it's called, reactive abuse. So myself, I'm more the verbal abuser. My exes were physical abuser, but why? Because I push them to the limits. Because I don't die with words. Deadass, you can tell me every fucking word. I'll do reverse psychology. I'll say the same shit you say, but add some more on top of that. And when I trigger you, be like, yo, they're just words. I use the exact same words you just told me, and you trigger it. Make that shit make sense. And what happens to them? They get pissed off and they go more to the point. Their shit's flying and, I'm ducking and dodging this shit. I can tell you stories, right? But why? Because I know words don't bother me, and I'm just having fun with them. That's why I tell them, like, yo, you got to work on yourself. If I can destroy your petty words, imagine people around you, especially with child trauma, etc. But that's why now 3 years ago, went through a bad breakup, that's why I fell back, worked on myself. Because like my ex told me, you know, that my second baby mom, you know, I love her for leaving me. Oxymoron. I love you for leaving me. How do you love someone that you destroy, they destroy you? Forgive, not forget, let go. That's why you do closure for yourself. That's what I heard on my second baby mom's. Way fucking better friendship than a partnership 1,000. Way better. Both of us are toxic for each other. Every which way. Like, we're both not bad people. We're just bad for each other, right? We have 5 of us together, 4 by blood and our stepson, right? Her stepson, well, her son, my stepson. So with that said, like, now we talk cool. Both chicks said her, like, that's what I told, like, sorry, can't fix shit at all. The past has been written. Pardon me, cotton mouth. But with that said, like, that's how I go tell. I know you probably think I'm crazy and shit, right? But it's because I'm telling a story. Because I don't want our kids, all 8 kids, to go together. Like, our 5 with my steps, you know, my daughters, her stepdaughters, all 8 kids to go through what we went through. Look at the way we destroy ourselves, you know? Very unjust. And that's why our kids, you're already traumatized with your parents beefing and shit, right? And that's why, like, all these blue pillars, like, no, we shouldn't separate at home. I get the constant downfall that parents can't get along, and it is the kids already seeing it, you know, the verbal abuse, potential physical abuse and shit, right? They're already traumatized, man. You don't want to traumatize the kids more than we are. So the intent is to do co-parenting best as, aka best as, right? So with that said, that's why I tell you, you know, the single moms, baby fathers out there and shit, if y'all bumping heads, y'all fucking hate each other. Y'all miserable as fuck. You hate each other in the relationship, and you still hate each other after the relationship. Make that shit make sense, man. That sucks in both your mantras, both your heads. Y'all live with each other, you know, heads rent free, every which way. And let's say scenario, if I was bitter like that, I'd say, you know, couldn't let my ex go, and I had a partner, I can cause issues with our, you know, my partnership wise, and vice versa. It happens all the time. And then on top of that, we both have, you know, scenario. I have a partner, she has a partner wise, her hubs, but whatchamacallit, you know, we cause an altercation between our relationships, and then we're traumatizing our kids even more. Because every time we see each other, fuck you, know, fuck me, in front of the kids, like, y'all were saying that in the relationship, and you're still saying to each other after the relationship, your kids gonna get so much traumatized, it's fucking retarded. And don't be surprised when your kids are fucking fall to the streets, right? Gangs, mafias, and bullshit running the streets wild. Lots of fucking mammy bullshit, drugs, alcohol, and pills, getting wild because fucking they don't have no love at home. So I tell people, like, as parents, it's not fucking easy, man. I'm telling you right now, it's not easy. It's like, it's a good concept, but it's the title. I'm a dad. That's just the title and shit, but am I a dad? I'm a better dad now. The last 3 years, you know, now I actually talk to my kids, because before they would trigger me. Why? Because I have too much shit going on myself. As an individual, I was trying to work on myself, but the thing is, we don't have a support team. Once again, rock the mask smiles. Behind you dying crying, you shed tears. As a man, you're not supposed to shed tears, because that's not manly. Fuck all that blue pill talk. Yo, nothing is wrong with shedding tears. When you're shedding tears, why are you shedding tears? Because spiritual, emotional, mental, you're exhausted of what? Toxic love, pain, overthinking, and motherfucking insomnia. You're tired. You're exhausted. So I tell people, when you're crying, let all that shit out, man. That people, yo, I make it sound hella easier, right? Because I had a support team 3 years ago. My ex's name, May 3rd, 2020, I died. That's why I have all my fucking tattoos. I love my tattoos. It's just a story for everybody. To hold your hand, guide you so you don't feel alone. Because relationships, I promise you 1,000 destroy you. And that's what I tell my kids, all my one-on-ones, in this lifetime, how many times you want to die in relationships? Tell me that shit fucking feels good. Tell me that shit like when you can't fucking get out of bed. You have no motivation to do shit in life. You don't even want to be here. And it's like you don't want to be here, right? Because obviously, you know, offering your dome is obviously wrong, because you already know the repercussions after you pass all that good shit. It's that you're just tired of what? Toxic love, pain, overthinking, insomnia. You just want that shit to stop. Like, I just want to go on my day, but I can't stop thinking about them. Everything is them, right? And that's why you're going to detox from codependency. You know the garbage, they ain't good for you at all. But why do you think you still need them? Because we're brainwashed, I need people in life. No, you don't need people in life. You don't need you. The person mirror, you want people in life if they want you. And that's the shit. That's why, once again, like, you know, I love my ex for leaving me. If not, like I told you, if you didn't do what you did wise, you know, then we would probably still be together. Who knows, another year, 2 years, 8, you know, my first baby mom, 12 years, right? The second one, 7. It would have been, I told you, it would have been 8 years, 10 years, 12 years. Fuck that shit. I go, no, I love you for leaving me dead ass, because I fucking died and cried every which way, and it hurt bad. I thought like my first baby mom, that was like a bad breakup. I got destroyed every which way. The V card, all that traditional shit, I got destroyed every which way, because I hooked up with who? Not knowing, lose a disciple. That's why you gotta be careful with, you know, people narcissistic. They can act nice, they can't be nice. They offer you love, but it's not love, it's toxic love. And that's all they're gonna offer you, because they don't know how to love themselves. A lot of us don't know, but people more narcissistic, Yeah, they body hop and destroy left or right. Your fucking uncle's doing it, your brother's doing it, your dad's doing it. It's in your fucking face. And then you females observe that shit, right? And you doing what your mother's doing. Hooking up with Lucifer's disciples and they're fucking chilling. They're praying, planning, hoping, waiting. Like, cool, I pray for you and that's it. You want to be like dumb as like I was? Stay there. But remember, I can't force this upon you. But the cool thing is if you reach out, we have an open mind conversation. But it's your choice to what? Get up and walk away. Like, time heals, right? Time does heal, but time is what? It's communication. You're talking to yourself. I'm going through a breakup. It's not good for me. I should get out of this, environment. I should get out of this toxic relationship. You're talking to yourself. But time doesn't heal you. That's part of it because it's communication. The second part is what? The comprehension part. Choice. That's called comprehension. So I'm going through a breakup. Like my first baby mom. It took me 12 years, right? And what was it? We're together that I know of, right? And do I give a shit to figure out more? No than that? No, I don't give a shit. No. But, 08, 09, she cheated. I got destroyed, man. And that's the shit. Like, every time in life, it's an emotional roller coaster ride, right? Emotional, mentally, spiritual, all the good shit. Like, you struggle with money, now you get a good job, everything's going cool and stable, then something's got to curveball you, and boom, hit rock bottom, rock bottom again. And what happened? She cheated. I fucking got destroyed every which way. I kind of DBK'd. I got crucified every which way, but that's why I tell people, like, Lucifer's disciples, they're beasts at what they do. They're here destroying and fucking just to discourage you in life every which way, especially in relationships. Like, yo, you ain't shit. Everyone's better than you. And then, like, I'm going to have what they used to say, they'd be like, I'm the best you'll ever have. Those that don't want you. And you'll believe that shit. That's a downfall. When you're empathetic, fuck yeah, you're going to believe every word they said. But why? The only reason why you believe all those words is because why? You exchange energy. Form a bond like soul tie during what? TLC. Because that's where you exchange energy. Think about it. All these guys and girls that ghost you and shit, you don't physically lay down with them. They'll bother you here and there, but it won't hurt that bad for the most part. Now, lay down with somebody, do a one-night stand. And your intent wasn't a one-night stand, but it happened, right? Because they ghosted you. They sold you a dream because you're gullible, naive. You didn't see none of that shit. And you got destroyed with way. Lucifer's disciples, once again, act nice, can't be nice. If you can't comprehend that, you will get destroyed every single time. And that's why, ladies, your walls get up hella high, right? Males, too, if you're actually more empathetic-wise. But with that said, and that's the shit. And that's why when they break up with you, or you break up with them, it's scary. It hurts. Like, what's gonna happen to them? They're fucking. I tell my kids, like, yo, like, high schoolers, adults, 18, 25, like, dude, they're fucking adults. They can go back to their mom and dad. I imagine they have some type of family. If not, someone in the street to take care of them. They can go on social media to a sob story and shit. My ex broke up with me with the woo, and someone's gonna take it, man. I promise you that. Because when you're more empathetic, what do you want to do? You want to fix, change, save people. Like, yeah, don't do that, man. Like I use an analogy. Like, you see a puppy in the streets and it's raining outside. Take the puppy in, right? Feed him, clothe him, bathe him, take care of him. In the morning when it's better, then go on to the day, right? Because what are you doing? You're doing Fez Associates. You hold their hand, guide them. Because you use your mind and common sense first, then your heart feelings. If you don't do that, what are you going to do? They tell you what they're going through, tell us soft story, all that great shit, right? Parallel victim. You're going to feel sorry for them. Empathy and sympathy rise, right? And you're going to take them in. Now the puppy grows up to be a dog, and a dog fucking bites the hands and feeds them. Boom, they cheat on your ass. Then what? Fuck, yeah. There you go. See the good in people, right? But that's their flaw, because your heart feelings, because you're empathetic. I say a flaw to trigger you, like, what? No, I'm not telling you to be mean. No. Look at yourself first and foremost. See the good in you first and foremost. Your value, your energy stands of love language. Where you sit down and see theirs. Now match energy. Match your cards up. Are they going to match my energy or they take my energy? Like, I'm healed. I'm good. I'm blessed. Fuck, they just went through a breakup. So why do I want to take them in by my side? I can't fix or save them. I just be a friend or associate. That's how females in my DMs. And they ask me, how do you do that? Like, you hear all these females conversations and stuff. You don't catch feelings for none of them? Like, no, they're beautiful. They're on point, but they're going through it. I already know 1,000. I can't fix or save them. And I'm not trying to hurt them. Like, what do you mean? Because if I'm more involved than they are, wise, right? And it's not a race competition, but in time they'll be up there also when they work on themselves. Then if I try to be, like, tell females the potential, to tell them, like, I'm more healed than you are, right? So analogy. So you see where my mentality is at? That mountain is, the analogy, you climb the top of the mountain, eventually you get there. I'm already on top of the mountain. I chill with God, loses for the universe. I comprehend all the relations and bullshit. What's going on with everybody. I don't care race, religion, culture. The only reason why there's race and tongues, and languages and shit, because Bible times, Genesis time, very beginning of the Bible, when they were trying to build a pyramid, You know, back then they didn't know too much about science and shit. Climb Mount Everest, go on higher elevation. What happened? You lose oxygen. So back in the day, what happened? They were trying to get to God, quote unquote, reach to heaven. And if they would have done that, and then God let them do what they did, then they would all die. Because Curious George, they keep building the pyramid higher and higher, but it would have to eventually stop because guess what? They keep passing away. Then the slave master tell the slaves go up there, see what's going on. They're gonna go up, and then they come back down. Just domino effect. They're all gonna keep dying like dummies, right? Like the Sims and shit. So with that said, that's why they grab them and spread them out to the earth and shit. And now we have languages. Languages doesn't benefit you other than just speaking a different language. But in general, it doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't let you get over a breakup. You can speak 10 languages, still be a crack alcoholic tweaker. You can still be broken and codependent. You could be narcissistic, destroying everybody. But you know 10 languages, awesome. You fucking know man-made bullshit. That's awesome. But it doesn't benefit you because it doesn't make you a better person at all. That's like me when they give me shit about my Spanish. I'm like, yo, I speak Spanglish. My Spanish is my best on my kids' time. I'm like, well, Dad, you didn't teach us Spanish. I go, yo, baby boys, it's just a tongue. It ain't gonna benefit you in life. It's not gonna make you a better person. I told you, like I said, all the shit I just told you, I taught that to my kids. It's just a tongue, man. That's all it is. People give you shit about it. Your family give you shit about it. If you can't talk to them, I'll talk to them. I'll tell them what's up, and I'll tell them, yo, I tell all my family and friends all that shit, and they get in their feelings about it. I go, I don't care, man. Leave my kids alone just because they don't speak Spanish. I go, I don't care. It's just a tongue. That's all it is, you know, because man-made BS. So with that said, that's why everything with all this conversation starts with you as an individual. Everything starts with you individual. Like what I tell people, all my one-on-ones, what do you want from life, right? And the second one, what do you want from a relationship? What? Friend and fix, fuck buddy, one night stands, last dying breath. If you can't answer 2 simple questions, you ain't ready for shit in life. Which nothing's wrong with that. Just fall back and date yourself. What? Date yourself, take yourself out to eat, all the potentials to be. You want to ask questions to them. Can you, the same question ask them? Have you asked yourself the same questions? What do you like to eat? What's your favorite color? You know, what do you want from life? Whatever question ask potentials to be, ask yourself that, and can you answer those questions honestly wise with yourself? Can you actually grab the cell phone? Like I was telling my new hairstylist is doing my braids yesterday. I was telling her, like, because I was, she don't know too much about social media, and I was telling her, yo, you do braids and you do all this in the hair therapy and stuff like that. You should do TikTok. You should do TikTok. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you make hashtag, plus you're a female. No, I go, no passing boundaries, cosmetic, you got it going on, right? So you're going to get all the attention-wise. You're more famous on TikTok than I will. But because, you're cosmetics-wise and then the hair industry-wise, right? And I was telling, like, me, I go, just grab this cell phone. She was like, I never thought of that. I was like, a lot of people don't think about that. You're the best therapist in the universe, but when you have a support team, it's a lot better because, once again, if your mental capacity-wise to work on yourself, your knowledge of healing is maxed out, how are you supposed to progress in life if you have no more guidance? When a support team, we tell you our stories, we give you guidance, scenarios, and ideas and options. So now you're like, oh shit, well that makes sense because when I was in that situation, there you go. Now you got thinking camps going, gerbils running. Now you have more to dice. You're like, damn, that's why there's the red flags that I missed. There you go, comprehension. So the next time you don't miss the red flags, you observe them. So a lot of us do. We see the red flags and we let them slide, and then we would do what? Don't collect no green flags at all. We get destroyed. And that's why in time of working yourself, I judge and read everybody for who you really are. You try to sell me a dream, I'm not the one. I'll call you on your shit all day, every day. If I hurt your feelings, but yo, the truth hurts, man. I'm not the one. Them people right there around me, they can gaslight all these people around me. Can't do it to I'm showing God Lucifer. Right now, what you're doing, that's your narcissist traits. What? See my tattoos? That's the bad side of you, Lucifer side. Control your narcissist traits. And that's why with females are more, because they can be more, anyone can be narcissistic wise, but females are way more narcissistic, or can be. Why? Physically, cosmetically, you have a lot to offer. Locking eyes, the googly eyes, flaunt your body off. That's why, once again, the OnlyFans shit so fucking saturated, it's retarded. Like, a regular girl that's not an OF at all, she just take a selfie, everyone can assume she's an OF because she's showing flesh, she's top heavy, etc., right? So on and so on. But obviously, you can tell the ones that are OF because all their fucking posts are fucking flaunting everything. That's why me on Twitter, all these gamer girls, I'm like, do you really game, or are you just doing that because, the whole anime and showing your whole body out? Because every post I see, for the most part, it's flesh. And I just think OnlyFans automatically why it's flesh. Once again, nothing against, make your money, but that's not going to fix, change, or save you. But yes, you mammy rich. When you sleeping, like the rich people, all you OnlyFans, deadass, when you sleeping, you're making money. Because all the cyber ticks are buying your stuff. More power to everybody. I'm not against nobody, but I just go on my day. And that's why me as an individual to give OnlyFans, which I'm going to do TikTok, and trigger the OnlyFans. And that's my job, to trigger everyone in the universe. First, I'm sour, my narcissist traits. Then I'm sweet. I elaborate what I'm saying. But yo, like, you have all the money and power, but I just to get you mad. I just like when I see females that are OnlyFans, and and models and bullshit, and they talk about, oh, I'm having a bad day. I'm going through my depression and shit. Like, how? Money and power, you're beautiful, all that good shit. You can go see a therapist. Yes, they're not all the best, but along with the therapist telling you what I'm telling you, go on my platform. That's it. Say shit for almost 3 years now. I'll say it to my last damn breath because I simplify it for everybody. That's why I'm gonna do my shirts. All the shit I'm saying, I'm gonna start doing my editing on my TikToks and then put on my podcast and all that good stuff. All the personal little ones I say, they're gonna be on my shirts, all my shit, everything I say. So when I walk the streets, when I post on my TikTok, you see on my other platforms, there it is. Simple petty words. Now I got you in your feelings. Yeah, we're having a good day till you saw my post. I got your attention, so why don't you just reach out, make a comment? You're saying stupid. I'd be cool. I don't die with words. If I want to do versificology, I'll get you in your feelings too. But elaborate to why you think I'm saying my post is stupid. I'm then against you on my conversation. And from there, as you potentially evolve in situations, so you can comprehend what I'm trying to tell you, and so on and so on. And that's the only way you get involved in life. If you can have an open mind conversation with people about raw, real life, relationship with suffer, empath, narcissistic, good and bad people, how we function spiritual, emotion, mentally as beings. Because if you can't comprehend that, then I promise you 1,000, I don't give a shit how beautiful you are, male, females, OnlyFans, all that shit. 1,000 supercars, you're all going to get destroyed. Every single one is destroyed, I promise you that. 95% of the universe is broken codependent. 4% of you guys, you're awakened, potentially woke. I'm 1%. What? I call everybody, I don't give a shit who you are. You could be a goddess. If you're a goddess, quote unquote god, like on TikTok, not TikTok, but on freaking Facebook, all these goddesses and gods, I'm like, how can you call yourself a goddess, but you're going through a breakup? Make that shit make sense, and you dying crying about it. I call you a demigod and goddess, yes, because you're in between, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're working yourself. I don't care if you're a tarot card reader, astrologist, all that, the 40-70 matrix. You guide people to life. You read cards, do all that, which is beautiful, good concept, right? But how the fuck are you broken codependent? How you crack a highly tweaker and all that shit? How you going to touch relationships? Make that shit make sense. So you can't take your own advice. You still not a judge and read me at all, then I will destroy you. I tell ladies all the time, I know how to control my narcissistic traits. All the other men that are narcissistic, they don't know how to do that. They know their intent with you is to sell you a dream and get lust out of you, and that's it. They know that. But they don't know how to just hide by and get up. No, they can't. Because they'll just keep you around the main one, and from there have all the bitches, quote unquote, right? All the niggas that want to mess around with, whatever they're into. And you be there praying, planning, hoping. Yeah, you're trauma bonded. And you're a goddess. You're a spiritual worker. You're a Wiccan. Like, okay, cool. Make that shit make sense. And you want to say you're woke? No. A lot of people like to say the word woke. I have a title. I'm a reason woke. Because, well, look what I'm saying. If you're woke, quote unquote, use that term. But if I call you out or anyone calls you out, don't get offended over my conversation. Like on my IG, there was this guy, which I should have got on my IG live. Last night, this older cat was going back and forth because he was, giving me shit about my grammar. And I was like, I told him, first and foremost, grammar is man-made bullshit. I capitalize a lot of my words and my sentences to get your attention. I go, you could be the best spelling bee chap in the world. You could be the best teacher in the world. But I go, can you teach him anything about life, relationship with suffered, empath, narcissistic, good and bad people? Can you tell him anything about trauma bonds? Can you think about, how to break that shit? How to, forgive, not forget, and let go? How to close all doors in your matrimony? I go, you're older than I am. You should be wiser and have more wisdom and more notes and knowledge than I. I go, I'm 42. I give you, not to be rude to you, maybe you're younger than I am, but cosmetically wise, I give you 48, 50. So with that said, tell me you're woke. Tell me you're over relationships. Tell me no one woman will ever destroy you. And what do? Didn't respond. I was like, let's do duo live. I love doing it. I call everybody out. Jump in the live. Let's do a Zoom call. The whole world watching this shit. All the therapists, counselors, psychiatrists that give me shit in my DMs, I tell them, let's do it. Look at my followers. Nothing compared to your followers. I challenge you as a therapist and your fucking million followers. I challenge every single one. 95% won't have a chance to the conversation. The only ones who will vibe with it will be females. Because they want to they'll be intrigued by the situation. Males, boys, fuck no. You're crazy, stupid, cool. You have no credentials? Yes, I don't have no credentials. That's why it's called free therapy. Why am I going to college about some bullshit DSM-5 book that's man-made? That book can't fix you or save you. All those big-ass terms that they use on social media, especially on TikTok, that can't fix you or save you. You have a concept in your head. The only person that can fix, change, save you is who? You, the person in the mirror. No therapist, no counselor, therapist. Drugs, alcohol, pills, and charity time not even God. Read the Bible, which I'm going to tattle on my back, above my neck. It's going to be a big old cross on my whole back, my left, etc. But on the very top, it's going to say, As long as you live godly, all the 10 commandments, Jesus, like, as an individual, then you are blessed. As an individual, you see? I emphasize individual. Not Catholics, not Buddhists, not Muslims. No. You can't speak on I can't speak on all Mexicans, all Chicanos. No, I cannot just, I said all the Spanish culture to trigger all the fucking Spanish people. What? Because if I say Spanish people, and the Spanish people, Spaniards look at I like, you're not Spanish. You're Mexican. Yeah, Hispanic, quote unquote, blue pill talk. Latinos be like, yo, you're not Spaniard. Yes. I triggered all the Spanish culture. That's like my hairstylist, I forget her name. But anyways, we were talking about that, and I said, she got triggered right away. I said, like, we're talking about relationships, right? And I said, yo, I want everyone to be a Spanish girl. And she's like, what? I go, yo, hermana, yo, queen, let me finish. Go, what do you mean? Let me finish. I said, I triggered you right. I go, I want everyone to be a Spanish girl, a Hispanic, Latina, Spaniard, a Spanish woman, Hispanic, Latina, Spaniard. If she's healed, she's actually working on herself. What do you mean? I don't give a shit how beautiful you are as a Spanish girl, Dominican, Cuban, Spanish. I don't give a shit where you're from. You can be beautiful, all that stuff. But if you're still a toxica, if you're still partying, kick, being wild, if you're still, running the streets and shit, you start working yourself at all, and you're running for yourself, then I'll be your friend associate. We have badass conversations, platonic friendship, but it won't involve more to that, because I can't fix or save you at all. I won't even try, because I can't. So with that said, as a woman, we're talking about but what do you mean as a woman? It's a maturity that she could be 18 to 60 years. How the fuck do you have 50-year-old Spanish girls still bitter as fuck, partying, keep being wild as fuck? 50. How the fuck you doing that? You have worked on yourself. That's why you're running from yourself. I have nothing against your lifestyle. So I tell people, if you're partying, kick it, then hook up with people that party, kick it. All you boys and girls that do the opposite track, like my dumbass did, I don't party and kick it. I just chill. That's how I do, man. I'm a homebody, chill, go out, keep it humble, respectful. If it's like the suburbs, the squares, oh yeah, I'll go to those parties and shit, because nothing's really gonna happen. There's more love and respect there for the most part. Those bars, house parties, clubs are chill for the most part. If that's not true, how come the ghettos de la calles, it's scenario in Seattle, the south side, why does the south side of Seattle come out to the north side of Seattle, to the suburbs? Why every time the south side gets rejected, the ghetto gets rejected from the north side of the suburbs? Altercations. The bouncers don't let them in. What do they do? Come bitches and shit, start breaking people's windows and shit, causing altercations, bringing guns and everything. There you go. That's why you don't go to the ghettos and shit. The only benefit about ghetto de la calles, that type of areas and shit, like here in Little Mexico, for me, individual, easiest females to hook up with. Why? Because they're broken codependent. All they know is toxic love. They don't know what love is. Not all of them. A lot of them are. I comprehend that now. That's why by my side, I told homegirl yesterday. Cause I told her, your first mom, what is she? I go, she's Latina. She's raised in New York. From Venezuela, but South American, but she's raised in New York. But, I told her, but she's de la calle. She's like, what do you mean de la calle? I've never heard of that. I go, you know what it means? I go, well, I speak Spanish. I go, well, it's an analogy, de la calle, a person from the streets, street mentality. I go, she's definitely from the streets. So as I said, I want everybody de la calle. I don't give a shit. She's beautiful, how beautiful she is. She can speak like, I love East Coast and Latina accent and stuff like that. But you're from the streets, You can leave the hood, but did the hood leave you? That's the question. You can move to the suburbs, but if someone triggers you, the hood's always come out of you. I'm not gonna be your probation officer like my first baby moms. Sorry, sir. Sorry, miss. Please don't call the cops. She, to use the excuse, she's Latina. She's, Latin people are crazy and shit. And yeah, I always got me at altercations. I especially got her at altercations. I'm not ever dealing with that bullshit. You wanna act stupid, baby girl? When you lock your ass up, don't call me. I ain't bailing your ass out. And with that said, I have your shit packed. Peace, gotta go, and that's it. Like that, people. I tell all the time, yo, I don't need you in my life. I want you in my life. If your ass somehow magically sold me a dream was that you can act nice, y'all this angel, but it turns out to be a little devil. And they're like, but nope, I'll drop you like a ton of bricks. I'll be your friend associate, and that's it. What? No, baby girl. I'm not getting involved with bullshit. You go date de la calles, people that you know, toxic love. I offer love. I don't give a fuck about toxic love. That shit is some corny shit I won't ever do in my life. That's why eventually I gotta catch up my TikToks, talk about Latinas and Spanish girls that do that shit. Trigger them. I don't give a fuck how beautiful you are. If you're de la calle, you're de la calle. And then when I tell them that, they get mad. Or you mad because you can't pull me? What do I say? Because once again, you talk shit, I talk more shit than you do. Especially now I'm 1,000, I'm woke. I'll be like, cool. You can say I can't pull you, but why the fuck would I pull a person that's broken codependent? You're toxic as fuck. You won't ever evolve in life because they'll get your lifestyle, look the way you carry yourself. So you're probably going to go enjoy that. Yes, pull all these niggas all you want to. Better than me. I don't care. Cosmetics. This body's just a vessel. But when they destroy you, destroy them, then what? Am I supposed to feel sorry for you? I'll be your friend associate. You can reach out to me. We can talk and vibe. But there won't ever be a potential with you and I because I'm 1,000 chill on top of mountains with God. Lucifer, you're in fucking rock bottom. But travel the universe, flaunt the money, do what you gotta do to make yourself feel better. But at nighttime, we're going through your shit, you can't go to sleep, I sleep. When I go to sleep, I die. Power naps, 5-10 minutes, I'm dead. Dead asleep, and I'm like, I'm awake, but I'm dead. Only time I dream now is power naps. When I sleep, nothing. Time's irrelevant. The only reason I pay attention to time is because work. Other than that, or appointments. Other than that, I don't give a shit. Go my day, I go my lives. You know, do my one-on-ones, be on the hours, doing hella Zoom call with a lot of people. That's why lately I've been not doing too many lives because I've been so exhausted because I'm only one individual in the universe, right? And I do so many one-on-ones, it's retarded. I gotta take time for myself because I'm exhausted. That's why I'm trying to slow down how I speak, so I apologize. I slur, I mumble because I'm very, very exhausted because I'm only one individual. Every day above ground, there's a cell phone right here. Like I use it correctly because what am I doing? Talking about this called networking. A lot of you female followers, a lot of DMs, and I'm telling the same story, and they even ask me like, "You don't get tired of hearing the stories?" Like, no, I love them. Like, but like, no, I was you. I hold your hand, guide you, and they just say little words. Like they'll start talking and start choking up, right? I go, just say certain words, and I'll just elaborate. I'll give you scenarios, and they're like, "Damn, how you in my head?" I was like, "Oh, that's simple because I was you." For 30 years of my life, struggling, trying to, like the Matrix, the movie. It's the best analogy in life as far as movie life, etc. Because there's gotta be more to life than just fucking being in a toxic relationship, right? Like you have a good partner, but if you're not good with yourself, you're just winging life. You're winging the relationship wise, and the intent is not to hurt people, right? Like once again, if you're used to toxic relationships and you try to get a healthy one, healthy would be awkward. Love would be awkward because now you're like, oh shit, this is love. They're not yelling at me. They're not mistreating me. Like they want to give me everything. Like they show me love and affection. Like damn, they're being clingy and shit. If you're not used to being them being on you, what are you gonna do? Push them away, right? And the intent is not to hurt them, but hurt people. You might fucking cheat on them. You might be, yo, it's not you, it's not me. I know it's too much for me. I'm gonna break it off, and I hurt people. You can destroy them, and be like fuck. Every time I give someone a chance to pick them up, they're down. I give them everything. They always push me away. I'm tired of this now. They say, oh my gosh, I got removed. So my first time on TikTok live on my new 3D Cent repo, and I got my TikTok pulled. See, that's what I'm saying. Like TikTok is the best platform in the universe. The downfall about it has the most butterflies and unicorns. So obviously, and there's only like 2 people on that TikTok live, and see that once again that's the shit like top people like, and that's why once again that's why I go on other lives, other platforms, not just TikTok, because that's my first time live on that platform. So that's why I won't go live on there ever again for that reason, because too many butterflies and unicorns, and the truth hurts. And with that, so like, if you're hearing my shit, why don't you make a comment? Why don't you DM me? Why don't you jump in the live? But I get it. It takes balls, fucking string the courage to jump in the live because the whole universe is watching this. That's why I tell people on platforms like, dead ass. That's why I love TikTok, because I can take anyone's comment. I don't even gotta follow you. If you're giving someone shit, right, and they're going through a breakup, whatever you're going through wise, and you're being like a bully, I just take a comment, tag it, do a video response, and then call them out. And they might comment back. I'm like, yo, why y'all comment? You keyboard warrior, you don't show your face. The only reason why you don't show your face is, first of all, foremost, you're a keyboard warrior. Second of all, you worry about what? The answer, boys and girls, is called your reputation. Because I tell them all the time, if you're lucky, you don't have your face on here, because I promise you 1,000. If you ever decide to fucking build the strength and courage, I'll make you famous on my platforms. Not a little bit, all of them. Because I got this TikTok, cut, edit, crop, all that good shit, add a subtitle. So, because I speak fast, I'm trying to slow down. And then I'm done. I'm gonna put them on my platforms. Eventually, be my podcast and my YouTube. Everyone's gonna see your face. And if you're talking your shit on social media, and I'm like, oh shit, but you're a priest, you're a Catholic, you're a good father. Like, are you a good father? Because my Jesus and your Jesus is different. My God and your God is different, because your God says be mean, my God says be nice. Love, respect, keep it humble, right? And your God says be mean. That's Lucifer's side. So your God and my God are different. So that's why on TikTok, I'm telling you, man, there's just too many butterfly unicorns. Because I'm raw, real Repo Talk. All these red pillars, no disrespect to them, but fresh and fit, top G and all them, that's not red pill, man. Some stuff they say is positive, but it's like 10%. All the other bullshit is man versus woman, high body count. Like a woman has fucking 3 bodies or more, she's a hoe, right? But all these quote unquote alphas, right? All these high value men want fucking females to be virgins, 3 bodies or less, quote unquote, right? But they're fucking man hoes, and the downfall by these females fucking fall for that shit. Like, ladies, why the fuck you fall for dumbasses like that? Those are elusive disciples. They can't, capital fucking C, can't be fucking loyal, trustworthy, but they have money and power. 6 figures plus. They could buy all the Gucci and Prada. To you, you're dime a dozen. That's why all you females are 18 and fucking 28 years old. Go low about 25, right? Because in their rule books, 25 and under, that's it. 29 and 28, you're fucking washed up. No, let's say if no kids, no marriage, you're done. Ladies, don't worry about kids, no fucking marriage, because that does not guarantee you a long-term healthy relationship. Look at their asses. Fucking bodies left to right. Man hoes, and they're fucking praised by all these other, that's why all you women gotta pay attention to all these fucking boys, not men, that are following all these fucking, I don't call them red pillars, I call them blue pillars. I would love to debate top Gino. I have nothing against them, but like, yo, you're a red pill. My red pill is way different because I'm not here to destroy people. I'll take you with words, but I elaborate. And that's why, yo, like, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, right? Quote unquote. Same thing for man hoes. You can't turn a fucking man hoe into a fucking house husband. As individuals, you fucking went to shit in life. Let's break it down. Why do people do the whole face, male and females? First and foremost, you're both codependent. Second of all, typically you destroy somebody in the relationship, or they destroyed you, your first one typically wise, right? After that, fuck it, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. Right? And from there wise, you don't know how to control your lust, you lose control. That's like me in Seattle, my friend in Seattle, no bragging rights, but this is back in 2011, 11 wise. So I had no social media. I had a smartphone, but I had no MySpace, I had no Facebook. So I had to physically talk to a female and vice versa. In Seattle, once again, females are not fucking shy. Extroverts to the fullest, especially in Southside Seattle. They're not shy at all. So with that said, no bragging rights, in the 11 months Seattle, 100 plus. I lost count. But it was benefits. I told every female, yo, fake image of love story. That's how we are. You know? I love my baby mom, she's garbage. I don't know how to give her this love for her, but we could do a thing, etc. wise. You do you, I do I. I'm not your man, vice versa. You know, the intent, quote unquote, part of me is not to catch feelings, right? And it was good, yo. And I, like me, that's why I love my friend Leslie. I love her for pulling me aside because I was losing control. It became easy. Dead as women, 10 seconds is all I need is a conversation. How so? Females taught me this shit. A lot of females didn't know this rule. 0 to 3 seconds. If I'm talking about with you, smile, what's up? Anyone in the streets, love and respect, no passing boundaries. Even 0 to 5 seconds, hey, how you doing? How's it going? How's family? Love and respect. But 0 to 10 seconds, yo, it's over. Like the movies, we lock eyes, everything doesn't exist, and it's body language, locking eyes, right? It's right there. You open the door. Analogy, I'm the vampire. You females are obviously the human, right? So you open the door. Now what am I going to do with it? Am I going to go in or not? That's my choice. So with that said, I was losing control because, you know, like, tell my boys be like, dude, what do you do? Like, bro, I just talk. I don't pass no boundaries. How don't you guys drop the lines? I like corny as shit. Y'all try too hard. I go, look at you. Y'all get dressed up to the fullest. Gucci, Prada, your whips, everything, your cars. I'm nothing to brag about. I just work and that's it. I just have conversation, that's it, and boom. And from there, we're talking and vibing. It starts with a conversation. You know, can I take you out to dinner? Like, whoa. So I tell her, yo, shoot your shot, don't be shy. It's just a conversation, right? And that's when my homegirl Leslie put me aside. And she told me, she's like, I see all the females you lay down with. They're beautiful. Yes, they're way more beautiful than your baby mom. But she's like, do you know why you're doing what you're doing? I'm like, the benefits? Just rolling. Like, but why are you doing what you're doing? I was like, just cause. She's like, I'm gonna give the answer because I did the same thing you did. I know you're not a bad person. I know you're a good person, a good father, etc. wise, right? And we go through a shit in life, but you're doing what I did. The whole phase, like, okay, and what's your point being? She's like, if you don't stop what you're doing, in time you're gonna catch STDs, babies, or feelings, and you're not trying to hurt people. You're gonna hurt people, and that's just whenever you want to, which is your choice. Cause I did the same thing. That's why I am. She was observing for like 2 months, right? And she saw females come to my jobs, etc. All that good shit. Even customers at work, they go there for car parts, and boom, they're picking me up to go out to eat and shit. From there, after we eat, when I go back to my place to dessert, what does that mean? TLC, right? And I can say no, but I'm just rolling and have fun, because we're doing what? The framework of love story. That's why it's called benefits. All that fuck buddies bullshit situationship. No, benefits is I'm your friend, associate, but I'm not your partner. But we do everything but that, But the downfall, yes, you can catch feelings, and that's why you got to be careful when you do benefits because, like me, when I squashed my benefits was, before I say what I did. Anyways, what you gonna call it? The answer was, like she told me, she's like, it doesn't matter how many bodies you lay down with. These females seeing they're beautiful, etc. I know they treat you good, but here's the kicker: these females want to be your baby moms. Your baby moms want to be them, at all. So you're trying to fill a void you cannot get from your ex. It doesn't matter how many bodies you lay down. After that, she told me, I was like, fuck, that's legit. That makes sense. So that's when I made a choice for myself to fall back and stop. That downfall, when you stop doing benefits, you have to be very careful because you got to judge everybody. If that person's more narcissistic, like, now we're going to say it, they're like, people from the South, girls from the South side of the ghettos and shit. They, if you cheat on good, etc., because they're not used to talk to love, then like me, I got slapped and punched so many times, fucking retarded. Because they're mad. Like, I need you. Because I told them, yo, in a month I'm leaving. Like, what do you mean? I'm leaving. I messed up too bad. I fall hard. I'm sorry. Like, I apologize. Sorry, can't fix shit. It's been written, but I'm leaving. Like, well, how get a hold of you? Like, I'm just leaving. I'm switching my phone number. But yes, I have no Facebook or MySpace. But how am I going to get a hold of you? I was like, I love you in a love, respectful manner, but I'm squashing this. So, and they're like, how am I going to get a hold of you? I just want to start fresh. That the benefit situation is when you fuck up a life like that bad, you do whole phase and all that shit, you wild out, move. Go back. I moved through 3 hours east back to where I was from. Little Mexico and shit. Or if you have to move to a different state, then do so. Run for yourself for now. Get out of that scenario, because if you don't get out of the environment, like when you're doing the benefits whole phase, remember this, like I tell people, especially when you're ready to lay down with somebody, benefits, situations, whatever term you want to use for yourself, you already exchange energy. If the TLC is solid and banging, it's good. Your TLC is going to be phenomenal all the time with each other. The downfall, you're not with each other. It's just a temporary feeling, right? Lust, aka Tox, love at the same time, right? So with that said, like me, if they can I get a hug? I'm like, nope, handshake. Why? Because hugging evolves to more to fucking making babies and shit. No. And they're like, man, oh, you're fucked up. I'm like, no, I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to stop. I'm not. So it's like that. It has to be like that for myself and for you. We can still talk and be friends, and that's it, but nothing more than that. If you're intense, more than that, it's not happening. Many guys to lay down with, they're like, yeah, but they're not you. I'm like, right. But I apologize once again. I didn't know this then, but now I know now. With that said, it should have never happened. It's been written, yes. But look at you, your feelings are too deep into it. And we're not even together. You already know I was with many, many females. And that's why me, individual, I keep it 1,000. Ron Real, even before that, I was to keep it 100, but now I keep it 1,000. I'm not going to sell you a dream. Like, all my benefits, they went to my cell phone. They saw all the females out there, like, dude, all these females, like, and what do you do? Nothing. I just talk. I'm not passive. I don't dress it for nobody, nothing to brag about. I'm just having conversations. That's all I'm doing. But with that said, females love all my conversations. If you talk about real life, you're cool. They love that shit. You can talk about TOCs there, but if typical guys don't have all my conversations and they just talk about lust, that's all it is. And ladies, you gotta judge me, read me. If we're going on a date, right, to eat, to get to know you, quote unquote, but you see me chatting with the waitress, I'm chatting with the female walking by in front of your face, and you still accept me by my side, by your side, you sold yourself a dream. You saw the red flags. I'm checking females in front of your face. I'm not even with you. First date and shit, and you're still gonna give me a shot? Yo, you building codependent. Like, or maybe you're the one to fix it and save me. You're gonna fall on your face every which way. I promise you will. That's why you judge and read me. You observe the red flags. Observe them, don't avoid them, and then collect more green flags than red flags. No one's perfect, we have our flaws, but that's why you verbalize everything. If something triggers you, open your mouth. Use your mouth correct, not incorrectly wise, Why are you scared? But I get it. I'm scared to verbalize my boundaries because I might hurt their feelings. If they're hurting your feelings, fuck their feelings. They ain't give a shit about your feelings, right? So you match energy. That's all you're doing is match energy. That shit out. Every time we talk about this, every time you say this, whatever situation, it just bothers me. So if you be respectful, stop saying that, avoid that. If you keep passing boundaries, I would squash the situation. This friendship, which would be, associates, and that's it. I'll have to push away from a distance. Push away, show love from a distance, that's it. When you start verbalizing your boundaries and starting to say how to say no, you can evolve in life. And then when you start getting used to comfortable saying no instead of yeses, then you fucking feel hella good. And then when you start saying no to people that use you for your fucking love, kindness, and money and shit, family, friends, associates and shit, then they call you crazy. You go see a doctor. And that's when you, like me, call them out. Like, why did I see a doctor for? Because all these fucking years of my life, I said yes to everything. And all you guys run to me for fucking favors. I tell my family and friends, you guys run to me for favors. I got my own kids, my own family and shit. And my ex was right. I put everybody before my own family and kids. And I fucked up every way for doing that. So now I say no. You see, I say I'm crazy, but I'm blessed. Find some other dumbass to do shit for you. And there's many dumbasses in the streets, I promise you that. And you do the same shit to them, which you did to I, and you have no remorse. And you play the role of victim because I'm cutting you off. Fucking feels hella good, man. Everything. Tell everybody, no. What? No. Click. Now my phone's dry. Do I care? No, because I'm at peace with myself. I tell people I don't need people. I want people. And that's why when you work on yourself and you love yourself, mind, body, heart, soul, love 1,000, and you will comprehend this in time, that true happiness, unconditional love, and support starts from who? You, the person in the mirror, first and foremost. Not your kids, not your parents. No, be happy your parents gave you life, quote unquote, which is definitely your choice. Kids give us, unconditional love and support because they're kids growing up. Once they become middle school, high schoolers, they can switch. Everything will change when they go to fucking middle school, high school. Got all these little narcissistic, little fucking energy vampire boys and girls, aka bullies. They're little baby fucking Lucifer disciples. But remember, it starts from the fucking with the childhood, their childhood trauma happened at the household and shit. Is it a good home or is it a bad home? The parents can be good, but how about the siblings? They're fucking beefing. Now the cousins, now the neighbor. It's just a fucking domino effect. So many factors to get to the point where you become narcissistic. Like me, once again, I have 8 kids, which I will do TikTok about this shit. I can already tell for the most part, 2 of them will be narcissistic. But I'm forewarning them. I tell them all the time, if you can't control your fucking anger, your hate, I go, see my tattoos, right? And you become a little caveman, because I teach my boys that when your brothers pop off and shit, right? And they start hitting you and shit, just tell them, what's up, Wreck-It Ralph? Caveman. And they do that. I'll be laughing. There you go, you see? And they call me caveman because you're fucking hitting them. Stop being a caveman and angry. Use the word, call me stupid, then call him stupid. Match his energy. And if he doesn't like it, well, just tell him, if you don't call me stupid, I won't call you stupid. Boom. There it is. No, I can destroy the whole universe with words. I tell them, I'm just teaching you guys right now, because if you get older and someone calls you stupid, then what? You gonna catch a case, go to jail? What you in for? Someone call my mom a bitch. Call my brother a bitch. Oh, so you whooped their ass and you're in jail. I'm here for killing somebody. I'm here for robbing. And they come. Cool, man. Enjoy your time. And no one's got to get physical. Nobody. But when no one teaches how to control your narcissist traits and how to control these fucking words, then guess what? You're going to catch many, many cases. And that's not the intent to. You're not a bad person, but you're doing reactive abuse. Your reaction to the words that triggered you to become verbally, potentially physically abusive, or the scenario, your environment. That's why I preach about environments every day above ground as an individual behind the screen. What is your environment? If you go to school, how's the environment at school? Your classes, in the gym, break time and shit. The little kids, the groups and shit. If you're graduating, going to college, same shit, school. And then you go to work-wise. Same thing with work. What? Fucking squares, empathetic people, godly people, circle narcissists, every which way. Lose disciple. You can see who's good and bad. When bosses always talking shit, well, first and foremost, you're a boss of the whole fucking store, then you have a lot of pressure on you. Because if your employees ain't doing their part, you got to try to control the shit best as. But if you have your own personal issues at home and you bring it to work, which is you're not supposed to bring it to work, quote unquote, it's kind of easy said than done when you have altercations at home. Then from there, wise, you're going to bring this shit to work and take it out on your employees. Right? That's not the intent to. But if you're not talking to nobody about what you're going through, wearing the mask smiles, you would do reactive abuse, deflection, projection, pop off on people and shit. That's the shit. So with that said, it's all about environments. Everywhere you go in the universe, what is your environment like? If you live in the ghetto hoods and this, like what I do here, it's bad but not super bad, because not where I'm from. Sunnyside, Yakima, fucking, that's Little Mexico. Top of this, Little Mexico. Yeah, that's why I tell people, my life is here in the locals. Like that bullshit term, Lupo talk, like wrong place at the wrong time. Correct. If I'm going somewhere like Texas, never been to Texas in my life, and I stop in the hood, not knowing that's a hood, I'm there pumping gas. So why am I going to stay there for? If I look around like, shit, this is the block. I'm pumping gas, P's got to go. People try to talk to me, sure, quick talking, that's it. But obviously if they're trying to run up on me, etc., P's got to go and I'm out. It's not really wrong. That could be a wrong place at the wrong time. I could be pumping gas. And it's not knowing that was ghetto until this is the only gas station to go to scenario, right? I got to put gas. If not, I'm stuck here. Right? So, couldn't make the next station, so I put gas here. I could potentially get shot. Now I can use that term, yes, wrong place at the wrong time, because it was, right? But you gotta go deeper than that. Why'd it happen? Because you have elusive disciples fighting over man-made bullshit. Gangs of block and a color. Awesome. No one's ever gonna own that shit. Man-made bullshit. That's all it is, man-made bullshit. Entertainment makes money. Keeping you feeling top of your feelings. Over color, over a gang. Awesome. Be statistics. Beliefs. Talk about God like, yep, your God and my God are different. I pray for you, that's it. I go on my day. See, but if you scenario now you're in the ghetto hoods and you know the environment is bad and you choose to because of my peoples. That's my block. That's cool. Now you get rolled up on because they have enemies. And I want them to say, oh, well, poor him, her. I was like, you can't use that term wrong place at the wrong time. Bullshit. They knew who they're talking to. They knew the environment. They knew their enemies. Yeah. So there ain't no such thing as wrong place, wrong time there because you know what's happening. You know the environment. That's why you can live in the hood. Like you're in Mexico. But it was like, yo, I don't see you because I don't go out. I go, if I lived in Tri-Town, which is our Seattle, which is an hour east from us. Yeah, that's just White Turf. That's fucking suburbs. I'll go there and chill, walk in the streets, no problem, because I don't worry about getting shot. Can happen, yes, but not rarely, right? That's why I live in Seattle. All my people from the south side of Seattle. Why do you work downtown Seattle on the south side, but you live in the north side? I was like, look around you. My kids and my girl can't walk the fucking streets. So on the north side, yes, it costs more to live in the suburbs, but guess what? I don't worry about getting shot for the most part. The most I deal with is racial profiling, because brown person, you know, I didn't have tattoos then, but I had my longer hair, longer braids and shit. So I always got pulled over for racial profiling. I'd rather deal with being racially profiled than getting rolled up for getting shot up, etc. Just wrong place at the wrong time. Nope. So yeah, a lot of driving, a lot of gas, but in life you gotta make sacrifices if you want to live humble, because you have to adapt around the blue pillars. That's why I hear little Mexican, I'm like, ugh. All these blue pillars, man, they don't know what's going on in life at all. I pray for them and shit, because they're like, yo, because one of my customers, they was telling me, yo, this, you know, they still talk about you, right? I was like, I don't care. That's good. I go, is it brown people? So yeah, I was like, I don't care. I go, none of these people in the valley, Little Mexico, none of them. My family, my ex's family, none of them can't teach me shit in life. And they go to church, and they love God. But the fathers are fucking around. Their sons are fucking around. They love their girlfriend's wife, but they're smashing their sister, cousin, and their mother, right? Because they love God and they love their wife. Make that shit make sense. They go, they're mad because I'm saying that. And their girlfriends or wives are looking like dummies, right? Yeah, I got them thinking and shit. I was like, yo, baby girl, there's the door. Your choice. I know it takes extremely courage, but see that door? You can leave it whenever you want to, or stay like your mom, auntie, grandma, great-grandma did. Like your sister's doing it. Do that. You want to be like them, miserable, just have the title. Well, I don't bring it with the family because the culture. Fuck the culture, fuck the family, fuck all that shit. Your life, not your kid's life, not your parents' life, not your partner's life. Your life. If you're miserable in it, why are you there? To please everybody, then cool. Do what a lot of us do. People please. Put everybody and the mother before yourself. Put yourself on the back burner. And when you need help, which you shall, no one. I'm absolutely fucking nobody to be there for you. At all. And you have nothing to give. Money, status, and fame. Spiritual, emotional, mentally, but someone's still gonna ask for a fucking favor and somehow magically you're gonna do it for them. Even though you're fucking you're destroyed by yourself. Make that shit make sense. And I tell people, yo, don't. I said to be harsh to trigger you, but that's my job. Right? First I'm sour, then I'm sweet. I was you. I make it sound so easy. Like if you're behind the screen going situations at home or relationships, it takes a minute. But I have to say, you have to have a support team. Have it for the trigger. You should want a support team. Don't ever feel alone. I'm always in your pocket. DM, comment away on any platform. I do Zoom calls. You can email me. Whatever you're comfortable with. It's about you and not about I. It's about respecting your boundaries. Whatever you want to, wherever you want to keep it at. Just DMs only, audio messages, whatever you're comfortable with. I know I tell people it takes a lot to talk to nobody. But the cool thing is, like I was talking Seattle from my boy Mark, the cool thing about talking to nobodies, I don't know you. I don't know your past. So what do? Keep it in the present. Tomorrow, the future hasn't happened. So don't worry about the future. Past has been written, but if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. You know, if it doesn't trigger too much wise, and then we can elaborate about the situation. Maybe you want to talk about your exes or this and that, your child trauma. And from there, if you don't know so much, let me hold your hand, guide you. And let me tell you about my story a little bit. And what do? I'll give you my story, scenarios, analogies, and ideas, concepts. So you have something to work with, you know? And that's what, once again, that was telling me, yo, how you in my head? I go, a lot of us have very similar stories. If you're more empathetic, godly people, we got this story about elusive disciples. And they don't even know they're elusive disciples, right? But that's on them. And that's a bit narcissists, like I used to say, narcissists can't change. Elusive disciples can't change. God can't figure it out. They can change when they choose to want you as their choice. But they should fall back on themselves. You can't fix yourself with the body by yourself. You can try to, but it's almost like highly impossible. Because I could be more healed than she is, right? So I can make you feel good. The downfall situation is if she's like 0. She's got to break up. And that's why as individuals, when you're helping people in relationship, let's say you have someone who's in a relationship, right? The intent is not to get involved in their relationship. Like, you know that you're a better person than their partner. You know that already, right? But they're in a situation. They're in a relationship. The intent is to control your heart feelings, not get involved with them. It's phone, you can do whatever, right? But especially face to face. You can meet them for coffee and you're gonna feel the sympathy, empathy for them, right? If you can't control your heart feelings. In your relationship, it's A and B. Jada and Will Smith, A and B, not August C through Z, right? So if you're to C through Z like I am, I just show you a lot of respect, no boundaries, etc. Wise. Even in a scenario that you're trying to catch feelings from me, they'd be like, I wish that my man was like you. I'm like, well, you can say that, thanks for the compliment, but he can be if he works on himself. And then she could be like, well, it happens all the time. Well, how about us? Like, what kind of, get to know you? I'm like, hermana, queen sister, keep it humble first and foremost. Control your narcissist traits while you're being lustful right there. And I get the concept. The downfall is you just squash your situation working yourself. But we could be together, work potentially good. On the downfall is you're going through it and you're still in it. So why don't you work on yourself and get out of the situation? And from there, when you're working yourself, there might be a potential. But you got to be more on the healing journey. Like what? You progress in the life because he can always trigger you. Like, what do you mean? If you go, like, I have it on me on here, the way you meet somebody is the way you lose somebody. So if you leave that relationship to go on me, why is right? So I can potentially cheat on you if I choose to. Or with that said, you think you get over him, probably go back to him. Because if you're stuck in a trauma bond, you think in your head, like, I make you feel good, I pick you up when you're down, the downfall situation. In the trauma bond wise, all you gotta do is text and call you, babe, I miss you. Let's try again. Especially if you have kids, I want to be a family again. And you're going to get up and leave more likely. And I expect that. Will it hurt me? No, I won't. But see, with that said, I already told you that forewarning wasn't going to happen potentially wise. So why would I get involved with you? I'll be your friend associate. And that's it. So that's why I know. And then you got to go back home to him, right? And it sucks. That is analogy. That is your hell on earth, your dungeon. But that's for now. What do you mean for now? When you see the door right there, you're going to go home to go through it, right? You can always do whenever you want to. And I get it, the situation with financial abuse. I get it where he's more narcissistic, sociopath, psychopath, and that's why you got to be smart about it because you know him better than I do. If he has to get to the point they get people, police involved, this is America, this ain't fucking Mexico, then get the police involved. Let him fight the courts. Let her fight the courts and judges. And potentially get to the point where they're off. Yes, it can get pretty bad really fast. But that's why you should have left a long time ago. That's why after the situation, if you progress, you don't date loser disciples. Judge and read me. Judge read everybody. If not, like I tell them, I can tell you right now, I'll make you feel good, right? And the situation of your narcissist traits, I can say everything you want to hear to the fullest, right? But I'm picking you up when you're down, making you feel good while you're in a toxic relationship-wise. And after I lay down with you, then what? I could be, peace, baby girl. I can tell you, I just wanted you for less than that's it. And I go back to your man telling you cheated on him. And when you tell him that, how you gonna tell him that as it is, he's crazy, right? You gonna tell him he cheated? Oh, yeah, right? And you be like, you're gonna be in disbelief, like, what the hell? Yep, curveballed you, right? And that's why that typically happens. That's why when you reach out to people for advice, the intent as an individual, control your heart emotions. And same thing with the person you're talking to. They should control their heart emotions too. If not, face to face, you lock eyes, and from there it goes from a hug. Yeah, friendly hugs, platonic hugs, love and respect, right? But then you also hugs that can evolve to fucking making babies because you don't know how to control your heart feelings. And boom, one thing leads to another, and bam, that's the shit. You got to be very careful of the situation. That's why you should not be involved. Try not to get involved in no one's situation. Show the respect, and that's it. And if they want to potentially want to get to know you more, like tell you all these, I'm not a virgin. You guys me whatever you like, but so ahead of time there is no potential between us. You're going through it, or you're in it, so on and so on. Why? Because I promise you 1,000, it's not gonna work out. You haven't even worked on yourself. And with that said, once again, you can't take my energy, but so I'm like, I don't want to hurt you. Like, what do you mean you don't hurt me? I know we'll do good. Like, I could pick you up 1,000 times as a friend associate, but I go, scenario. What's the scenario? That's why when you get used to me, I always say scenario, because that's an idea. So scenario, I tell them, scenario is this. Let's say do a year. Okay, a year we try this out, right? Remember this, I don't need you, I want you, right? In your head, you need me and you want me. The downfall situation, you're still broken codependent, but you think because I make you feel good, I know exactly what to say, it makes you feel good. But then when you ex-trigger you, then what? I gotta pick you up when you're down, right? Instead of your child trauma, your parents talk shit to you, your siblings talk shit to you, I gotta pick you up when you're down, right? And here's the worst part about the situation, right? Like me, an individual, like when two empathetic people, link together and become one, we lust and love each other. Our TLC is phenomenal because we become one, right? When it's empathetic people, two empath and narc together, empath and narcissist together, two respiratory relationship, Bammer has TLC. Even two empathetic people, TLC can be Bammer also. Because why? One person more healed than the other. One person likes it. One person, loves it, and so on and so on. And that's why I tell a female all the time. I always give them scenarios. So here's a scenario, right? Let's say you're having a bad day, you're triggered and shit, right? And you don't want to do nothing. Like, no TLC. I get grounded. I didn't do nothing wrong to you at all. I give you everything, say everything beautifully wise, but you're triggered because your ex triggered you, your mother triggered you, your sibling triggered you, your kid triggered you, your person that fucking Starbucks triggered you. So I get crucified because I can't do shit. I'm not in the mood. I don't want to talk. And I want my own space. I'm like, dude, like, I just asked how your days do. How did you go? How was work? How was your day? I don't want to talk about it. So I'm get crucified, right? So I tell females all the time, I tell them scenario. So with that said, the best high in the universe is what? TLC, right? The highest high of the universe, right? Because you become one of good stuff. So if I offer that, hey, babe, you don't got to participate. Just lay down, chill, meditation, that's it. You still won't even do that. So I get crucified. But remember this, ladies, y'all play stupid. I play stupider. That's why I tell females, yo, you're going through healing and awakening journey. You're not ready for this. You got to know where you sit at as an individual. What's your standards? What's your level wise? So I tell females, yo, you play stupid, I play stupider. And I'll mock you even more because be, oh, babe, I'm sorry, you know. And let's say it's been months, nothing happened, right? And I didn't do shit to you at all because now I worked on myself, right? Because I know, cool, she's going through emotions, etc. She needs a space, quote unquote. And I'll be, you see, that's what, and I tell them, this what I told you about. You see, I'm trying to help, offer you help, etc. Nothing. Because you see in your feelings. And I told her, remember, I'm giving you a year. So let's say nothing happens, 2-3 months, no TLC. Now she feels better, all the rage ass. And then what's she gonna come do? Come to me, hey babe, I'm sorry for that with the woo. No, I'm ready to do it now. And I'll be, oh, you're ready to do it now. I'll be, remember this, to mock all the spiritual 40, 70 females in the world. I'll be, well, guess what? The stars and the sun and moon are not aligned, so I'm not in the mood. And what's gonna happen to her? She's gonna get shit. Fuck you, what? Fuck you. You ain't getting shit, baby girl. I'm getting shit for a minute. It doesn't matter. And you can say, fuck me, it ain't happening because you don't even do that either. And what's she gonna do? Get pissed off and walk away. I'll be, see? I mean, like 6 months in, I go, I'll be, you got 6 more months, what? 6 more months, I'm giving you 6 more months of my life. Because remember this, you and I cannot get nor buy back what? Love, time, and emotions. So I'm giving you a year of my time, you already wasted 6. You got 6 more months. In 6 months, see that door there? You leaving, I'm leaving. And I'm dead ass 1,000. And I won't shed a tear at all. And you are going to die and cry, I promise you will. Because I told you this. I'm way too much for you, I'm way too evolved. And now in your mansion, I had a door of pain. But here's the best part. I'm not going to be mean to you, wise. At all. Because I can still be a friend associate if you allow me to. Or you can hate me. Fuck, you want to talk to me? That's your choice. But I'm going to remind you the doors always open today, tomorrow, a year from now. Reach out. We can talk and vibe. You can go on TikTok. Talk about me. You can say whatever. Yes, I did do that. Yes, I gave her a year and she failed. Because she wasn't ever ready since day one. So I tell people, a lot of us think is not knowing. You got to know you're ready for a relationship. If not, hurt people, or if you hook up people like I that are more involved. And what that's about, that's why I give scenarios. I'm not trying to hurt no one in the universe at all, you know. But I will trigger you when my narcissist traits to tell you, hey, you're going codependent. 95% of you are. You're intoxicated. You're fucked. What? I'm fucked. Narcissist traits, right? First time sour, but you fucked for now. What do you mean for now? It's just for now. Whenever you want to work on yourself, whenever you choose to have a support team, when you choose to walk away. Save yourself. It's gonna hurt. When kids are involved, fuck yeah, it's gonna hurt. Because now you gotta do co-parenting, and then you gotta be worried about your kids' safety and shit. It's a lot going on having kids. So y'all don't have kids in the love, respectful manner, y'all blessed. Deadass. You don't have to worry about what I gotta worry about with my 8 kids. All my 8 kids can become crackhead alcoholic tweakers. They can fall to mammy bullshit off their fucking domes over one person in the fucking universe because they're broken codependent. In their head, I need them. No, that is the fucking unjust feeling to have as a parent, you know, to tell my kids, oh, yo, I fucked up, you know, but remember this, I can't be hard on myself, because I tell all my kids, ask your mother, you know, on your side, ask your stepmom, ask your grandparents on my side and your mom's side. Ask any of your family here locally, anything about relationships. They can't teach you none of the shit I just told you, because I'm the one in my whole fucking family from Washington State all the way to Mexico to fucking Spain that broke all the fucking rules, quote unquote, and fell back working myself. Not considered crazy, but I'm crazy, but I'm blessed because I won't ever be in a toxic relationship. That's why I'm not considered Spanish culture. When I see Spanish people like right here locally, the fucking Hispanic Latinos and shit, in toxic relationship, I'll say it loud. I don't go fuck like, damn, don't miss that shit. And they all look at me all crazy, like, baby girl, I pray for you. I go on my day. They're like, what do you mean pray for you? You're in toxic relationship, man. In that toxic love. What does that mean? Have a good day. Stay blessed. I just go on my day. Guys look at me crazy. I'm like, I just shake my head and go on my day, and that's it. Like, tell people, like, why don't you ask more than that? But they don't want to, because once again, this is too much of a conversation. That's why 98% of my followers are females on all my platforms. Every culture. Why? Because I'm a male telling a female story in a lot of cultures. And you females stay there because the bullshit generational cycle, the culture, the religion, and then your family gaslights you, right? And that's another thing. That's why once again I 3 years ago went through a bad breakup, right? So I chose to crucify myself to get on my tattoos, tattoo therapy. So that's why I have imps, narcs. I just got the recent tattoos last Friday, so it's a crown of thorns. Because why? I crucify myself. All these tattoos. Why? Because petty, simple little words, but this is the easiest words to break down life for everyone, not just you, a little bit. Everyone in the universe. All the answers are my face, neck, my body. I have more to come. I'll simple on every word that's on my body. I'll have my shirt, so people see. You see my social media once again. You see me in the streets. I'm gonna say, who taught you that? Who says that? Where'd you buy that? Oh, it's mine. But that's all my sayings, So that's why my job is just once again heal, guide, support, uplift for one should man up to the whole universe, and that's what we're gonna do for all each other in the universe. But none of us, we can't fake change or save nobody. It'd be beautiful. Like it's a scenario. Let's say it was possible. Scenario. It was possible to take everyone behind the screen, take all the tattoos on my neck. Your anxiety, depression, paranoia, PTSD, suicidal thoughts, low self-esteem, and anger issues. And then take all the pain from your exes, past pain, toxic love, trauma, child trauma. And then your mansion, close all the doors of pain. Let's say I could do that. If it was possible to take everyone's universe, I would take it as mine because I know how to deal with it each door at a time, right? So now let's say you're pure, quote unquote. You have none of this shit on my neck at all. At all. Do you think after that you won't fall into the toxic relationship again? That you won't fall, like a dummy? More likely you will. Because I chose to do what? Your journey. Because I know how to do it, right? But here's the kicker. Since you don't know how to do it and you didn't do it, then you're going to probably get destroyed the second time or the third time, worse than the first time. And that's the shit. Each relationship you get in, you get in, you break out, whatever. You break up, they break up, whatever the situation is, you're going to die more and more. And then you lose more of yourself every which way to the point where you don't know anything about yourself. But especially if you don't take time to fall back and start your healing journey. If you're just body hopping, you're definitely broken codependent. That's typically us men more narcissistic. Communication, no comprehension. We don't want to work on ourselves. Females typically more in the healing journey. That's why they're more spiritual and they're pretty much on point. But even then, they can still play like a fiddle because they don't know how to judge read correctly wise. That's once again. If you pull your walls up, you're not gonna give no one a chance potential wise, right? And potential wise, you might push him away. The day that you decide to, for some reason, bring him down, you might bring your walls down to the wrong individual, and that's Lucifer's disciple. He can act nice, he can't be nice. He's the best Oscar-nominated actors in the world, and they will destroy you again. You'd be like, fuck it, this is the reason why I don't bring my walls down. I got play like a fiddle again, correct. But that's why you do fences. I can see you across the way. That's what's happening to an individual. Behind the screens, locally, any part of the universe, I judge everybody. That's why I have here, which I'm gonna get that tat on me for sure. Why it's been on my shirts. When the locals see the religious people, like, what? Only God can judge. You're judging me for having tattoos. Tell me you're not. So now read me. What do I talk about? Look at your face to face. Look at my tattoo. What does it say? Anything about gangs. Anything about brown culture. Anything. None to be above. See? Now read me. But that's choice. That's your choice to do this or not. Then claim that I'm crazy and I'm a bad person. It don't hurt my feelings, the fucking words. If I tell you you're crazy, you're getting your feelings. That's the shit because you haven't worked on yourself. Why do you worry about my words? So I tell you behind the screen. If I trigger you behind the screen, I don't know you. I did my job. Imagine the people you do know. You're pretty much fucked. But you're fucked for now. Remember, for now. When you have a support team. But once again, if you maybe local, you don't have a support team. Because you push people away because the walls, I get it. Cell phone, platforms, TikTok. Make a TikTok. Make a comment. DM away. I tell you, I'm always in your pocket. Always your pocket. Every which way. But that's the way I speak is why do you think my numbers are high, you said it? Because I do strictly about life, red pill talk. I want you to get your life back, to be blessed. It took me 39 years of my life. You guys are young, 20, 25, 28, calling you out, beat me. I challenge you. It took me 39 years of my life, 39. I just turned 42. So the last 3 years of my life, the best years of my fucking life. Co-parenting, best as. It'd be cool to have have the family together as one. The downfall past has been written, right? And that's why you should do co-parenting best as. That's why the next potential to be blessed, all good stuff. They asked me, do you want more kids? Honestly speaking, I wouldn't mind having one more with a potential to be that with both energy, level, standards, love language. Because not in a rude way, it's gonna sound kind of rude, but and finally be actually have a kid with like a person that, you know, we match energy. It's not a fucking toxic love. There's no competition. It's not a war. Nothing. It's fucking platonic. It's beautiful. It's, you know, less than love each other only. That'd be awesome because it'd be like cool. Now it's finally a quote unquote what a real family was supposed to be. Wise. That would be fucking marvelous. If it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna be like, oh shit, well, I never get that kid to like that feeling. No, because I'm blessed with my 8. You know, it's a lot to squad. You know, but it's just, you know, that was the feeling we were supposed to have as a family, quote unquote. But remember, with that, so you can have a good family at home. And now it's the environment all around you. You like all this shit about protecting your family. Like no one's got to get physical with nobody at all. But that's why when people start verbalizing that shit and start using the words to trigger the people narcissistic, yo, all you losers disciples, y'all fucking verbally and physically abusive little gamer mafioso. That's your choice. And to trigger you, the fuck up of the universe. But that's your choice. You might be doing but you might be doing bad now. You might have been done a lot of bad. Yeah, but did you know? I don't know if you know this or not, but you had a choice. You know, you can't fix your past nor change it, right? But you can change the present. You don't sit and, you know, dwell on the past. You can talk about the past, take your notes, you know, share your knowledge, wisdom to the universe. Tell your story to guide someone else that's younger than you as that potentially might fall to the streets, or they're doing bad shit, or they're doing body hopping. Tell them why you did what you did. And they're like, when you tell them, pardon me, your story-wise, and how you went through breakups and shit, and you did the same thing. Yo, I was mad because she did me dirty. He did me dirty. After I was like, fuck it. You know what? I'm done. I'm tired of being a nice guy, nice girl. So now it's my turn. And then you could do that. You could become the bad guy, bad girl, loser disciple, because everyone's got BPD empathy. And now you're not giving no fucks. Now you're gonna be fucking drugs, alcohol, being wild the fuck out like I did. I don't do drugs, alcohol, and party, but TLC, yeah, couldn't control my narcissist traits. You know, was I laying out everybody? No, yes. Tasting everybody, yes, but not actually full TLC, no. Because I chose who I want to be full, you know, become one with. Why? Because females tell me about energy. Like, what do you mean energy? Because why do you think you like the TLC is happening, but you don't want to have full TLC with them because you're not vibing with them? It's the wrong energy. So that's why it's called partial energy. You could do like taste each other, etc. That's partial energy, not full energy. Full energy, you become one. But that's why you be very careful who you lay down with, especially having kids with. And how so? I was telling homegirl yesterday, my brother and shit. She's like, what do you mean? I go, scenario. I learned my first baby mom. So by my side, I won't ever have a kid with they're like I am. A girl from the street to street mentality. So she could be from the streets, ghetto hoods, or she could be a freaking from the suburbs, the preppies and shit, right? But they're snobby as hell, the conceited one. Yeah, she's beautiful on point. Same thing, the ghetto girls, etc. They're beautiful on point. But the hell narcissistic wise, they're broken codependent. If I have a kid with them, then it cause hell. You know, they can play the role of victim. I can't see the kid. It could be a fucking storm, right? Which I dealt with my first baby moms. And then I have to worry about my daughter's safety and all that good shit, which I dealt with my first baby mom. So why would I put myself in a situation like that again? If I already know 1,000, they're like I is, and girls that are broken codependent, I can't fake change or save them. Don't matter, they beg to me like, yo, you can cry and beg all you want, girl. Like, nah, I'm too much for you. Like, I know I can make you feel good. I can heal you, guide you. Yes, as a friend and associate, but I can't fix or save you. You know, only the person in the mirror can do that for you. Like, I did for myself. But I had a support team. I'm a death. That's why I'm here. My 10 light workers for 88 days. I had to hold my hand. And I love them for that. Because if it wasn't for them, I'd be like my old me. That's I can tell my ex, my second baby mom, to go, I'm not going to spend, there's no way in hell I'm going to do 5.5 years of my first baby mom. It took me 5.5 years and losing my brother to finally let her go. 1,000. That's a fucking long time. I had to lose my brother too on top of that. Because my first baby mom destroyed me. I fucking died every which way. And lucky, you know, I'm not being rude to y'all when I say this, but a lot of y'all go through breakups, right? And you fall into man-made bullshit. Drugs, alcohol, pills, all that bullshit, right? Because you got destroyed. The downfall, you know, you have that addiction to destroy you more. It's man-made bullshit. So I'm going to set Ami as an analogy. Whatever drug you use, whatever your addiction is to get over a person, right? Or to numb yourself up. Analogy. You know, the bottle doesn't need you need the bottle. Bottles don't have no fucking feelings. It doesn't think about, yo, Rito, I want to drink you. Nothing. Nothing. I choose to go there and grab the bottle, drug, whatever my addiction is, right? So with that said, that's why when I went to that breakup, fucking, that destroyed me, right? And that's why, you know, rest in peace for my brother. He fucking fell to that shit hard. You know, he was doing it for quite a minute. In my lifetime, other than growing up with him, I moved away from home at 19 years old. So we saw each other from when I was 19 till I think I was like 31, 32-ish. We might have seen each other face to face, maybe like 4 or 5 times. Because I was in Seattle, he lived in California, but I heard all the stories. He's been wild. We could talk talk on the phone once in a while and shit. And you know, he was pretty wild, man. And he would tell me like me. Once again, then I was saying 100, but I'm 1,000. Like tell him like he would tell me like, hey, you know, I was going through breakups and shit. And I was like, you're right, bro, but you was there when I was going through my breakups and bullshit. You heard about my situation, but I didn't follow through what you was doing. You know, drugs, all this blue. I don't speak drug. I don't give a shit to get educated about it. Your foils, your blues, all that terminology. I know it's a drug. I've heard of it. I know it's bad. I ain't want to attempt it. I don't care for that. So I'll give him shit. But like, you know, I love you, brother, right? But with that said, I'm going to just keep it 100 with you. When you cry about your kids, your baby moms, and family, all this shit, I go, that shit you smoking doing, that's your family, that's your kids, that's your everybody, that's I. When you choose to let that shit go, it's on you. And he would laugh, but he'd be like, yeah, that's why I love you, because you're the only one that tells you how it is. Like, I'm not trying to be mean to you, but you can't sell me a dream, man. Like, why didn't I do what you did? I was around it in Seattle. My people's all fucking customers, all like zombies and frozen and shit. That was wild to look at, you know. My buddies too, all drunks and gone over breakups, over shit happened in life. I'm like, dude, like, I already know that's gonna numb me up and run from a problem, but that's gonna just cause more issues at home. And then you're in a relationship and you're an addict and shit, you're gonna cause way more altercation. You're gonna just potentially push what you're going to push that person away farther. You know, that's not the intent, but that's the shit, right? So that destroyed me. And then so I thought that was bad pain. Like, okay, this is the most tears I could shed. There's more hurt I could probably feel in my life. And then when I lost my brother, fuck. If you haven't lost anyone close to you, like, you know, your parents, siblings, you know, a cousin or best friend that lived basically next door, you saw each other, you know, grew up with everything with them, right? Or your own kid. That pain's way worse than, you know, fucking losing like your grandfather. People like that, you know, because yes, you shed tears, it hurts. But people that are hella close to you, fuck. So when I lost my brother in 2013, 13. Is that right? I believe it was 13. Don't quote me now, it's been so long. But no, it was 13. Which I'm gonna call it. That fucked me pretty good, man. I was like, actually, I was in a relationship. Like, it was pretty recent. It was a pretty good, healthy relationship. Other than myself, when you mix culture wise, like, yo, when y'all mix cultures, like, if you speak different tongues, different cultures, like, try not to bring that. It's easier said than done, but try not give your partner shit about that. Like me, she was white, right, Caucasian. I'm Mexican, kind of white, right? So my family cracked Jordan Spanish, and she don't speak Spanish, right? You should know how to. And they would crack Jordan shit, and I'd be like, once again, I'm gonna just tell you what I did then, and don't be doing this. If you do this, try to bite your tongue and take it back. You know, don't say it no more. But she'd be asking, what y'all cracking jokes about? I go, well, it's just a brown joke and shit. You won't understand it if I tell it in English. And she'd get, you know, bothered by it, right? And I'd be like, yo, I'm not trying to, you know, be mean. She's like, but I want to know what you're talking about, you know? So that's a no-no. Don't do that, guys. You know, now me, that's why when you mix races, you got to be cautious with that, because the intent is not to degrade each other, you know? And then from there, you got family getting the mix on both sides. That's why a good flick to watch, which there's a lot of good flicks like that. Watch, I believe it's called the one with Eddie Murphy, homeboy from, what's that, Jump Street Wise, White Cat. But I think it's called like We the People or something like that. Like a lot of people, like Blue Pillars call it corny flick, Red Pillars, watch it. No, that's a good guidance. That's black and white, but same thing when you mix different cultures. You could be black and Spanish, black and Japanese. It's you know, you got the older parents, different generation. They have their beliefs, their culture, their religion. Now you have younger generation trying to mix this shit, blend this shit, and now you're stirring the pot, right, quote unquote. So that, other than that, my wrong doing that part, you know, it was a healthy relationship, it was good. But once I lost my brother, I like deadass, I lost emotions. Like I was like distraught. I didn't know what to do. I was chilling with her, and you know, I was like, I just told you I'm gonna just go home. Like, what do you mean? Like, I love you, but I gotta go. And she's like, you just pushing me away like that, and she's like bawling and crying and shit. I was like, it was not the intent to. I know you want to hear this, but like, I have no feelings right now. Like, I've never lost you, but I'm your girlfriend. I'm supposed to pick up when you're down. Like, I'm supposed to be by your side supporting you. I was like, right, I get it, but like, I just want to go home and stay in my room. I really don't know what to say. So yeah, squash that, push that away, right? And then, you know, I pray she's doing better. And then from there, that's why, you know, I lost my brother, buried him, all that good stuff. That destroyed me. And then that's when I met my ex, because she knew my brother. The DM, she picked me up when I was down. That's why when you go to breakups, you gotta talk to yourself. Like, or you talk to relationship, like, you know, break it down. Like, how talk to yourself. How was it before I met this person? Was I doing good? Was I sad? Was I going through it? What was it? If you're doing sad, then obviously they picked you up when you were down. But if they're going through it also, not working themselves, or if they are working themselves, you can, two hurt people can hurt and destroy each other more than it's supposed to be, because they weren't ever ready for it. But they will go in their heart feelings. The downfall with your heart feelings is very deceiving, because you're not ready for it. That's why I say to give you shit. Everyone behind the screen, 30 days to 90 days tops. That's all I give you. Really? That's all I give you in relationships. Because start with what? Lust, love, toxic love, and sparks over. That's it. What? 90 days? 90 days to be nice, because y'all like bang like bunnies. Get that out of your system, but you have nothing in common. Nothing in common, you know? You don't even know each other to the fullest. And that's it. And then from there, what? Sparks over? Fuck, that was pretty fast. That's why in time when you work on yourself, you control your heart feelings. You make your choices with your mind, head, common sense first, and then you put your heart feelings to after, because you believe this decision is the correct decision. Because you in your head, you get every scenario, every option, and then cool, we'll be ready for this. And that's why I say what it is the fullest. When female my DM, I want to once try past boundaries, I just let them know. Like, that's why I give them the scenarios, and they're like, I never thought of it that way. I was like, I'm just forewarning you. Trust me, like, I know 1,000 of them work out, and I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to do her pain. But if you want to try, I'm just forewarning you what's going to happen to you. I'm letting you know in a year I will get up and leave. I'm not trying to do it to you, so why would you want to take the risk? Just for a year? Why not just work on yourself and the potential to be wise when they find you, and y'all match energy levels and the love language, and you become one, you less than love each other only, then y'all blessed. Patience of virtue, and I get it. Being alone can beat you up, because in your head is the loneliness. If you still miss your ex-wise, you still miss a body by your side, the physical touch-wise, that's the codependency part. And that's when in time, when you work more working yourself-wise, you become comfortable, you love yourself, right? And it'd be nice to have a potential. Like me-wise, like on this side of town, little Mexico-wise, there's no potentials here for me-wise. Because 90% here is Latinos and Caucasians, but they're old school mentality-wise. This conversation is way too much for them. If I was in Seattle, 3 hours, west from me wise, then there's potentials everywhere. Like this year when I go to the farmer's market, like last year, I always see hella potentials there, but I just keep it humble and respectful. I'm just like, well, they're 3 hours away. Man, maybe the day move back to Seattle. I don't know. I just keep it humble and respectful for everybody, and that's it. I'm just here to tell a story, and that's how I'll keep doing. The potentials to be, they can reach out whenever they want to. Because once again, everything starts with a conversation. A conversation can evolve to a lot more. And that's the beauty once you work on yourself and the potential work on themselves and the conversation, see what happens to the situation, All the cosmetics, you can get dolled up, males, females, do all that, have a badass job. Brag about the stuff you're doing in life, which is beautiful. I'm happy you're like mammy rich, but are you, which is blue pill rich. Now you're red pill rich. Spiritual, emotional, mentally up here. Are you ready for a relationship? Are you ready for long-term healthy, if that's what you want? Are they ready for that? If they're not, then why waste your time? Why waste your lifetime and emotions if you know they're not ready for it? You are, they're not. Well, maybe. Don't gaslight them and do the maybes and bullshit that you're the one. No, there's no such thing as one. You work on yourself, they work on themselves, and we have this own mind conversation. That's what as an individual, I do goldfish talk. I don't do traditional ways of, I'm going dates. With an individual, we're just doing one date and that's it. If you really want to get to know me and shit, and be potential-wise, one day, my conversation, goldfish talk, what's goldfish, the card game. We match each other's cards up. Ask me whatever you like on my conversation, vice versa. Because I want to see where you're sit at with your matching wise, if you actually worked on yourself, if you're actually ready for this. Because me, individual, to verbalize, reiterate wise, I'm always being on social media. Until they cut the Wi-Fi off, or one of my don't make sure wise for saying too much wise, I'm going to keep going on live. I'm going to keep doing my one-on-ones. If you're a female that's insecure that I don't like my men talking to females, then I'm way too much for you. Dead ass. Like, as an individual, I'm not jealous. As it is, before I wasn't jealous. You don't believe me? Ask my exes. My exes show cleavage, they dudes. I didn't give a shit. Because I know they're going home with me wise. It's called I can't even enjoy it, So with that said, if you get jealous that I talk to females, that's on you. Your insecurities, you're from your past, you're working yourself. And on top of that, the day I become famous, I'm doing like pods and traveling and shit, you're going to travel with me too. Also, if you choose to want to, which is your choice, you don't have to. But I'm not stopping my life telling this story for everybody, because all that bullshit that Blue Pilt's saying, they'll be like, well, they got to find on their own. Bullshit. If I can guide you and forewarn you, you're ahead of the game. Because when you're going to get a situation, and I forewarned you, guide you, or whomever your support team wise, you already have ideas in your head. You have scenarios and concepts, options. When you're in a situation, like, oh shit. Like that bullshit, when you get butterflies in your stomach, that means it's a good thing, it's love. Fuck no, that is inaccurate. That's Blue Pill talk. Red Pill talk, no. When you get butterflies in your stomach and shit in a scenario environment with a person, it's a bad environment. Your mind, head, common sense, down your heart, feelings. This is wrong. Get the fuck out of here. It's exactly what it is. So don't fall for that bullshit. Oh, those butterflies. Yeah, no. That's your mind, common sense telling you to fucking run for dear life. It's a bad environment, bad situation, bad person. Get out of there. That's exactly what it's telling you. Trust me. That's why anytime we work yourself, like, oh, I'm cool. Yeah, you're good. But that's why you do your part best as, you cannot speak on no one else's behalf at all. So, but with that said, that's it. Observe your environments. If it's the ghetto hoods, then keep it humble. Chill at the crib best as. You might be bored for a minute until you have the money and power to get out of that, to leave the ghetto and go to the suburbs, go to a better area and start life again, quote unquote. And then from there, wise, you gotta worry about getting grief from the family because now you move to the suburbs. Why? That means why you're too white for brown. I don't give a shit. That's your shit. Because I'm a statistic. I'm a circle running around being wild, getting my feels like the rest of my family and friends are doing. That's cool. More power. I pray from that shit. I could walk the streets freely for the most part. And with that said, I don't be staying in the streets too much because I already know this little Mexico and shit. I'm not trying to be wrong place at the wrong time situations. So that's it. That's why you got to be ready for that. If you worry about what your parents and family telling you that, then guess what? You're gonna probably get in your feelings and go back to the ghetto hoods because that's what you're comfortable with. Because everyone's giving you grief. You're becoming square. You're being too nice. You're speaking proper. All of that corny bullshit. Like, why do you worry about what people think about you if it's your life, not theirs? Every day, but now you gotta deal with the person in the mirror, you. So why don't you? That's why analogies. Anything that makes you mad, bitter, sad, negative thoughts, that is called your hell on earth. So why is it your hell on earth? What can you do to make it better and to make anything positive? Anything that's positive. It makes you happy. You go outside, you wake up, fuck on a day above ground, pray, cool, I'm blessed, right? Go outside, see the birds chilling, makes you happy, cool. You see a fucking people that Starbucks chilling, anything that makes you happy, that is your heaven on earth. Focus on positivity. If you focus on negativity, that's a stress the killer and just bring you down. So it's a buzzkill, quote unquote, right? So that's why this is your life. Enjoy it to the fullest. Even if it's like you're a fucking loner, like me, once again, my family and friends are well known here and shit. Go with a hell of people. No one sees me because I just chill at the crib. That's all I do, chill at the crib. Now I'm working more on my pod YouTube-wise and trying to do more lives, etc-wise. Do I feel alone? Nope. Chill it. Because I observe what's happening around me wise. All the people in relationships, majority of them are toxic. Yeah, I was talking to my older daughter about that. I was like, I love you, but look at you. You're 20 years old, about to be 21. You saw your dad crying like a bitch at 39 years old. At 39, are you going to be like me at 30 years old? 40 years old? 50 years old going to relations like that? I go, I don't want you to go through that. But I can't fix you or save you. But I could hold her like, I could hold your hand and guide you. I could hold your hand and guide you every which way. But I can't fix you or save you. If I could take that from you. But that's highly impossible. It's your journey, not my journey. But I could tell you how to do it. And that's what I told her. Like, why do you think you see me, a girlfriend on my side? There ain't nothing here for me. And for you guys, it's even worse because I go in the Spanish roles. So not really the issue. It's us Spanish men. Because when we're not just machista and machismo and corny bullshit wise. So you're pretty much screwed. I go, as I told her, show me any of your friends, female friends in good relationships. I guarantee she say, oh, we're good. I guarantee he's fucking around. I could easily fuck if I was to talk to him. Easily up. He's a little machismo right there. That's what he's doing past boundaries with his boys and shit. And she's not stay like a fed up, be like dumb and all that good shit. Because why? She just doesn't just accept it. You don't accept people in life. That's all my daughter. Like, don't accept people in life. It's not good for you. And keep pushing. And yes, it's gonna hurt. But guess what? If you stay there longer, you're supposed to hurt more. The longer you're the more individual, it's gonna hurt bad. Especially when you have kids involved in marriages and all that shit. It's gonna hurt bad. That's why people that are in a relationship for 20, 30 years, when they break it off, that's the world. That is the world because that's fucking 20, 30 years deep that they cannot get nor buy back at all. And now everything's flashback memories and bullshit. Kids involved, co-parenting, yeah, that's where it becomes hard. But once again, I'm about to get off. I'm fucking tired of passing that on you guys. But that's what, once again, my situation. I'm blessed with my ex-wife. I love her for leaving me. If not, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys right now. I'll be probably still with her. We're still both, but that should be still miserably wise, And that's not the intent to be like that. Sounds so bad, but it's honest truth. That's why I love her 1,000. I tell her all the time, I love you for leaving, man. I'm happy for you and your hubby and shit. Like, I want you to last forever. Y'all, like, what I tell them right now, I don't have a girlfriend, right? So whatever you need with you and the, the kiddos, y'all want to go out. Cause I know, because you have the boys, there's a lot, to take and stuff. Y'all need a break, just let me know. So that's why I go on the weekend, chill with the boys. Even during the week, after work, she'll text me, hey, her hubby and I want to go out. Cool. I'll go chill with the boys all night. you know, because I tell them and take advantage of that time because I have a partner. In time, you know, I don't think it'll happen like this because I don't know if she'd be happy with that. But, you know, I could talk to her, just Forewarn, etc. Because the intent when it comes to co-parenting is an analogy. We're all a happy family. Her side, her happy. My side, her. We all get along. Like if I need a favor, you know, and vice versa, we all got each other's back, and we do it for the kids. That's co-parent. That's real co-parenting wise. It's sometimes, you know, when you go in the beginning, it's like me. I never imagined I'd be cool with them to the fullest wise because it's just like, you know, you see you have somebody else to get you in your feelings, right? But that's why when you let go 1,000, it's nothing. Like I go there, chill there, standing over there at their place, right, and watching the kids because they go out at night do the thing, and they're in front of me kissing, hugging, all that good shit. I'm there. Everyone's like, how do you do that? Because I let her go. I closed the door on my paying the mattress she owned. I closed it. I did closure for myself. That's it. That's why it's called closure. You don't do it for them. You do it for yourself. That's how I tell people. You can ask your ex to give you closure. Let's say your scenario. Your ex gives you closure. I'm sorry, I messed up. I cheated. Whatever the situation. And they're 1,000 telling the truth. As an individual, you'd be satisfied with that. More likely not, because you're like, damn, you told me everything, and I still want you by my side. Like, right, but it's over. Like, I'm sorry, I can't fix it. And that's why I tell people what I believe is, which I'm going to tell me, when someone disrespects, especially relationships, friendships, family, you can rekindle the shit. But as partners, what I believe is, when someone disrespects respect, they broke loyalty, trust, and love. All they can offer you now is what? Toxic love, lust, drama, trauma, bound to trauma. Take the L, walk away, and save yourself. That, I'm going to get tatted on me. I'm going to have that on my shirt, but I'm going to definitely get tatted on because it's the truth. If my relationship, right, or I was watching TikTok and they asked, like, what would you do if if your girlfriend cheated on you? She walked up to you like, hey, babe, I fucked up, I cheated. And obviously a lot of people get defensive about me. I'm like, I'm gonna stitch that with me individual. Ladies, so you know that I don't need you. I want you. So obviously if you cheat on me, you don't need me, nor did you want me. And you can be like, well, we could talk, no, babe. You can call me babe, right? Because in your head, well, if I call you babe, so, you know, you still give me a chance. But, you know, Maria, you know, Joanne, whatever your name is, whatever her name is, right? Well, yes, I called you by your first name because I'm just letting you know it's over. We can talk about how you felt to infidelity, why you folded to lust, etc. Wise. And we can still be friend associates, but there's no opportunity between us. It's done, like that. In the next relationship you get into, you don't do the same mistake. You don't fall to lust. Control your self-will. If you can't control your self-will, because you have no self-will, that's why you fell to lust with I. Right? So with that said, the next relationship, you should fall back on yourself and don't do that to them. If you keep doing that, it's called a habit, an addiction. Because you have no self-will, so you shouldn't be in no relationship at all. What? Anyone that's the fucking body hopping the whole face, you know, taking more males, more narcissistic wise, stop gaslighting, manipulating women. Dead ass. All you can offer is toxic love, lust, drama, bonds, and trauma. You can't be loyal. You don't know how to be. So why don't you be 1,000? But they don't do it because they're probably ego. They're narcissist traits and not control them. That's why they feel powerful by fucking ultimately. Remember this. Good people will see the bad people. The bad people will definitely see the good people. They can easily fall. Yeah, I'm about to play her like a fiddle, and they fucking shall. Especially talking about God and all this and make you feel good. Oh, you're a nice person. Oh, hell yeah. I'll fucking put you on cloud 9 and destroy you after that. And no remorse. Then what? Shit. You're like, how the fuck am I here? On my knees, dying, crying. Like, yeah, I told you. This is a disciple. Beast of what to do. That's why. Some girl told me when she saw my comment on that TikTok, she's like, oh, you're narcissistic. I was like, you can say that, hurt my feelings, but it's because I don't need you. If you need people in life, you're broken, codependent. So I told her, if they cheat on you, you'll die. I would have died 3 years ago, like I did 3 years. You know, I won't ever shed a tear for every female in my life, because I don't need you. I want you. When you comprehend that, you're blessed in life. You just go on with your day, chilling, loving life. You don't worry about no partner by your side. The potential to be, you know, they might be there, but it might be there for like top people. Me, I might be there for. It's been a year now. I give myself tops to, you know, be nice to myself. Five more years. So total of 5, so 4 more years. Yeah, my ex was telling me that. She's like, why'd you choose 5 years? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, fuck it, 5 years. 5 years, that's enough time. That's a potential to be wise, or someone bump at the street while we're talking to vibing wise, it can evolve to more, right? And she's actually worked on herself. We're gonna have an online conversation. And she's like, well, so what happens in 5 years if it doesn't? I was like, well, the idea that it does happen, but let's say it doesn't. The idea is what? Potentially go back to benefits. I go, that's not my intent. But with that said, I gave myself 5 years, right? I'm a social media to the fullest. I speak myself the way I am 1,000. So you already know my mentality wise, how I function spiritually as a being, right? Where I sit at. And no female out there has worked on herself. She's not on my level close enough to this, quote unquote. and I'm on social media, you know, I promote myself to the fullest wise, then cool. Then after that, I'll put in my bio, yo, like in Seattle, do benefits. I'm your friend. I'll teach you everything about life, but I'm not your partner. I won't be no one's partner. I'm the partner, nothing. I'm just me. That's it. Just benefits. Fake woman's a love story, but definitely, you know, teach you about everything. Like I did in Seattle before. That's not my intent, but it's once again, like there's gotta be females out there in the universe that actually healed. They're up there, they're not just boom rock bottom and shit. Because that's I want to accept about my life. Because once again, I'm not gonna get crucified for none of the shit I've done wrong. If their ex triggered them, their parents triggered them, their boss triggered them, and they come home and they've silent treatment shit. Nope, I will be your friend associate. I'll be your roommate, but I won't be your partner. That I'm not gonna get in. Not I'm gonna say in trouble, but like I'm not dealing with that type of situation because I won't be miserable. But me, I'm just like cool. And once again, you play stupid, I play stupider, and I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to add a door of pain in your match, and I more likely will add a door of pain because you push me away, I'll push you away. And when you're ready to talk, you'll be like, I'm not in the mood. I'm gonna match you. I'm gonna play stupid like you are. And what am I doing? Reverse psychology. Exactly what I'm doing. That's why once again, forewarn guys scenarios, because that's not the intent to do the whole cat and mouse relationship like that. That is being born codependent. From there, why there's competition and a war within each other. And to let you know how bad it can get, because I know I can't speak on y'all behalf behind the screen, but me, my exes, this is how you know your relationship is fucking garbage and it's done. When you know, especially when you're walking on eggshells, so you know you can't talk to your partner about certain subjects, certain conversations because it triggered them, right? So what do? When they fucking sleeping, like I was doing, that lets you know that relationship's gone. If that's the only time you can talk to your partner when they're sleeping, because they're fucking angels, they're dead asleep, and you had a full conversation, that's fucking bad. Been there, done that. No, I'm supposed to have that conversation, old mind conversation with a partner when she's awake, not when she's sleeping. But it can't get to that point because you're both throwing jabs at each other, and it's a competition war. So you just talk about basic ass shit, very best, with the house. I just say nope, I'm not doing that. And nobody behind the screen should be doing that. That's not the intent. I'm tired. The intent to get to that point. Because if you do, once again, analogy, that is behind the screens. If that touch slave like I was, that is your hell on earth. That is your dungeon. That is your dungeon. Especially when you fucking live in the same household, separate rooms, texting each other in the same household. I understand text me like to get, if I'm going to the kitchen, hey babe, can you get up some, bring some milk, whatever, juice. Cool, I'm there. That I get that most definitely wise, right? Sure. But if you want to have a conversation through a cell phone, through texting. Like I'm not the one. When my ex would do that to me, I'd be like out loud. I'll be in the living room like, yo, if you can't come here and talk to me, don't text me at all. I mean, don't text me, call me on the phone at all. I'm right here. I know that means exercise to get up and walk all the way to the living room, and that's a long walk. But I'd be like that. She'd just get the girls. My ex would get pissed. I'm like, I don't care. You can't talk to me. No, I'm not your friend associate like that. So sorry. And that's miserable shit. That's why I was talking to one of my ones, because I really thought about like my first baby moms in a long time, right? The whole relationship, because it's like when you progress in life and you become woke, it's just passing. That's it. You don't sit there like dissect the whole thing. You're like, okay, cool, that makes sense. Yep, trauma bonds. Okay, that's why I stayed. Cool, right? But we're talking about the TLC part. She talking about her side. She'd be deprived for weeks and months. So I was like, she was asking me how was the longest. I was like, fuck, it'd be like 8 months, 9 months, and I'm like, dude. How the hell did I do 9 months with a partner and did like nothing, standby, and every time anything don't touch me, leave me alone. But remember, she was more narcissistic wise than like I is. They used to, people from the streets and people narcissistic, they used to toxic love, right? Not love. They don't love themselves. They don't know what love is. So that's why they don't give you TLC in the beginning, in the middle, and then when you feel like when you're about to leave, they're so inconsistent with it. They can't be consistent. That's why they can act nice, can't be nice, offer you lust, not love, and so on and so on. I'm just like, yep, I'm not ever doing that shit again. That's why I verbalize on my lives, I do my TikToks. Ladies, if that's how you are, I don't give a shit how beautiful you are. You have 1,000 supercars. If you haven't worked on yourself and your exes, your partners, exes, wives, your family, your kids, your boss triggers you and you come home, I'm getting crucified. No, I'm not the one. Because you can sell me a dream magically and I missed that red flag, but as soon as I see the signs and I tell you, hey, like, Want to talk about it? And you tell me no. I'm like, remember we had a conversation at the beginning. Don't sell me to keep it 1,000 day one. And apparently you sold me a dream because I'm supposed to be your partner and we should talk about it. But you don't want to talk about it because you're not, and nothing's going to happen. Like, I'm going to get crucified. And I would forewarn, cool. My number's 3. I'll give you 3 chances and that's it. What do you mean? Do that 3 times and I promise you 1,000. And I'm just being nice with 3. In reality, just do 1. But I'll give you 3 chances. You keep doing that, push me away because you're triggered from whatever situation outside the home, then I will drop it like a ton of bricks. Simple as that. I'll be your friend switch in that sense like that. I don't care if you shed tears. No. Go shed tears to your family, friends, everyone that triggered you because they're the ones in the relationship because you don't want to work on yourself. But with that said, that's why I won't get involved with you to that point. But let's say once again, scenario, I magically missed that sign from her, that red flag from her. But that's why, once again, because you and I can, and when you comprehend this, you cannot get nor buy back what? Love, time, and emotions. When you comprehend that, why are you wasting them on wrong potentials? You can pray, plan, and hope to change your ways. The downfall of praying, planning, and hoping, God can't fix them or save them. You can only do that for yourself. He can hold your hand, guide you, hold their hand, guide. But if you want the guidance, if you want to take his hand and vibe with him, if you want to take your support team's hand and talk and vibe with them to progress in life, to get your life back. So that's why, once again, don't waste your love, time, and emotions on wrong people. It's because they're beautiful, because that money, status, and fame. Do it for the man-made bullshit, and you be blue pill rich. You have the Gucci and Prada, traveling to Dubai, all that good shit. But at the end of the night, you're miserable. They can do whatever they want. You can't do shit with them. You can't even enjoy your partner. So stay there miserably. But the positive is Gucci, Prada, fame, all that good shit, man-made bullshit. I pray for you, and that's it. I go on my day. And that's why a lot of us, once again, I'll say it many times, 95% of the universe is born codependent. You are looking for love and people and man-made bullshit. So you're looking for love and happiness. You're just buying. That's all it is. Band-Aids. Nothing but Band-Aids. You feel happy for a second. They buy you a gift, feel good. They're holding you. They really don't hold you. Now they're holding you. It feels good. But then they go back to the old ways, right? That's called toxic love. It's not even love at all. Trust me, man. You can try to lie to yourself all you want. Like, well, they bought me this. Cool. They bought you a gift. So that means people buy you gifts make you feel happy. That's called toxic love. Banish to happiness. I should be able to... True partners to be? Yo, I can tell you I love you without any telling I love you verbally wise. Deeper than I love you is like Avatar. I see you. That's fucking beautiful. I'm going to tat on my calves because that's just deep as fuck. Because I can tell anyone I love you. But how do you know I'm actually telling you authentically wise? But when I say I see you... Why I see you? Because I see you everything, spiritual, emotional, mentally, as a being, where you sit at. I see you who you are. You be going through shit in life, but I know deep down you're a badass person. It's just your environment. You're scared. You're codependent situation to leave, and I get it. I was you. It's not hurt because what's gonna happen to them? They're not your kid, man. Someone to take care of them. I promise you that. But that's why you gas them in yourself to stay as long as you're supposed to, right? And that's the shit. You don't want to be in toxic relationships. I'm about to get out because I'm very tired. But that's the intent in this lifetime is to get your life back as an individual, right? To love yourself, mind, body, heart, soul, self, 1,000. And when you do that, I promise there's 1,000, you will comprehend there's a true happiness, unconditional love, support, starts with you. You. Not your dad, not your kid, not nobody else in the universe. You, as the individual, and the person in the mirror. That's the real war in the universe, is you. How come I tell my female friend, look at you, you're fucking exotic, beautiful, but why do you still feel broken and codependent? Why the fuck you feel so ugly? Because whatever they're into, he or she destroyed you. Their words in your head, in your mansion resonate 1,000 times every day. That's why in time, when you work on yourself, no one can hurt you with words, but you can hurt them. But you can verbalize, hey, we could talk about this, say this, but with that said, I don't get in my words about feelings. I know you will. If you want to test this out, we shall. But, when you get triggered, your day goes to shit. You pay the victim to tell people a sob story that I did tell her that. But let me say what I said to the fullest, so you know the whole story. But that's why I tell once again, I'm not trying to hurt nobody, especially by my side. No, because before I would, I was like, yeah, you my narcissist traits, I could just touch you like my exes. I'll throw all the passion in the face. And that's the intent. You're not supposed to do that. But once again, if no one taught you how to control your narcissist traits, how to put your pride and ego away and not hurt them, as it is, especially as a partner. And that's why a lot of us push our partners away, more men than females, because why? We're more narcissistic. And that's why like my ex would tell me, which I'm gonna get this tattoo eventually also. But honestly, I have a lot of tattoo, but once again, 95% would be words. Like she would tell me, which is an oxymoron. She'd be like, I'd rather have you beat me physically, right? Because I can recover from a black eye, busted lip, busted ribs. But you say you love me, but I'm stupid. You say I love me, but I'm fat. You say I love me, but I ain't shit. You say I love me, but I'm a tweaker. All those words you tell me right there. Play in my head every day, 1,000 times. And I'm supposed to lay down with you. I'm supposed to be with you. But you say you love me. And what I say then, I'll be like, just fucking words, get over it. She's like, yeah, you can get over words because your dad destroyed you with words. Your first baby mom destroyed you with words. And you're numb with them. You're over them. Whatever you had to do, you're strong with them. But I'm not you. The kids aren't you. A lot of people aren't like you. These words. A lot of us get hurt by those words. And I'll be like, yo, they're just words, get over it, you know? Because once again, I can control them. I don't worry about them. The downfall is I hurt her. And that's why I told her, you know, last time I was like, yo, like a year ago, I was like, you know, like, thanks for teaching me all that shit. Because she called me out my shit. She's like, you bitched about your baby moms, right? My first one, right? How she destroyed you. I was mean to you. She's like, yo, you became worse than her. Yeah, you didn't whoop my ass, but with words, you were savage. You became worse than she. Now, I feel like me, I was like, cat got my tongue. I was like, what? I was like, you know what? You are right. And I will eat those words, and I can't take them back, but I'll eat my words for sure. Now, the next potential to be, I won't do that. You know? But that's why the next potential to be, well, you know, energy, level, standards, and love language. All mind conversations about everything, wise. Everything. There's no holding back. There's no walking on eggshells. Whatever she's going through, what she'll talk about, we talk about. Right? Because that's the potential to be, you know, you become each other's best friends, lovers, partners, and therapists. You lust and love each other only. You both comprehend there is lust and beauty everywhere. Like to everybody, I don't give a shit if she looks. She could fucking have all the guys. I don't give a shit. Just cosmetics. But now if she's passing boundaries, that's called what? Emotional cheating. If I'm passing boundaries, emotional cheating. Because you'll start from emotional, you start to physical. But that's lust. We can't control your lust. No self-will. It's going to happen all the time. All the time. But that's why, once again, talk about everything. But that's it, guys. I'm about to get off. Love y'all. So I'll probably jump back on next week. I don't know, maybe Thursday, Friday, but I'll go on. But no more TikTok live. I spent my first live on my other TikTok. So that TikTok, I'm more like the hype man. That's all. I call it 3D Cent Red Pill, which I mentioned with this Ted Army wise Red Pill talk, because that's all it is. TikTok's about real life, like breakups, depression, anxiety, you know, jokes, you know, stuff like that, you know, laughing therapy, you know, stuff like that, because that's real stuff. Like even if you go through breakups, shedding tears, without people laughing therapy, what? Just popping comedy. I promise you'll be shedding tears and be laughing at the same time. Because the intent is not to be in your feelings and too deep in your feelings, especially when you fall to man-made bullshit, because you don't want to reach out to nobody for help, so you fall to the bottle, drugs, pills, whatever you got to do to numb up, run for your problems. But that's all you're doing is numbing up. No matter what, every day above ground after you're sober up, your problems are always going to be there. They won't ever leave your side. But if you keep choosing to, which is definitely your choice, then be like Forrest Gump, run for your problems for the rest of your life. Or, you know, fuck, I could be 50, 60 years old. I'm blessed, like, third age of my life to comprehend all this. Blessed at 42 now. So the last year of my life, I love life. I love the universe. I have nothing against, no one that hurt me in my life. You know, parents, siblings, exes, you know, bullies. I comprehend everyone's going to shit in life. I comprehend that. But the cool thing is you can reach out to everybody and just, yo, love, respect. I'm always here for you. You reach out to me. I'm always in your pocket. I don't know you from Adam, but once again, I'm talking to nobody, keeping the present wise. And it's about you, not about I just want you to get your life back. I want you to feel like you're not alone. I'll reach out to you. I'm always in your pocket. And that's the best feeling to have. As I tell people analogy, physically, I'm not by your side. But spiritually, emotionally, mentally, I'm always by your side. Because just conversation, words can heal you, trigger you, definitely destroy you, right? Relationships can make you, break you, definitely destroy you, which I have the tattoo on my arm. You know, watch your words. Words cut deeper than knife. So you gotta be very careful with that. But with that said, when you have to speak correctly, wise, that's how we heal people. We heal God with our words. Because your mind, yo, as a friend associate, I'll pick you up 1,000 times. Not as a partner, because I can't fix you or save you. But as a friend associate, I got you. You won't ever feel alone. I promise you that. You can tell me the same story about your ex, your father, whatever, until you finally comprehend it, until you finally forgive, not forget, let go, do closure for yourself, close that door of pain. That one door of pain, that's one out of whatever you got in your head, you know? And that you're a little ahead of yourself, you feel a little bit better. And that's the intent, is to feel better with yourself every day. And then anyone that triggers you, bothers you, if you get triggered in general, sad, depression, whatever, then try to recognize your triggers. What triggered your sadness? What triggered your anger, right? And then with potentials to be, you might have a shot with them if you're ready to work on yourself or been working on yourself. And then from there, West, that people want to hurt you, you verbalize your boundaries. I don't like that. Please stop saying that, etc. West. You know, if it's coworkers, yo, we're not friends. We're just coworkers, and that's it. Keep it strictly about work, and that's it. If you want to keep causing altercations and bullshit, I just go to HR, get my boss, and that's it. You can't respect boundaries. I'm nothing against you, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. Just verbalize your boundaries. You know how to say no, and then you progress in life. At first it feels awkward. It's a little scary, like fuck, I'm being mean, because you gaslight, manipulate. No, if they're being mean to you, they give no shit about your feelings. Which people, narcissist people, that's their job. They don't care because they know, well, they won't hurt my feelings because they're not mean people. It's not that you're not a mean person. It's that you're gonna match their energy wise. So that's all you do in this life. Match energy, not take energy. If you're taking energy, why? If you're giving too much, why? You know. So with that said, guys, love y'all. Have a good night. Be safe. Remember, day by day, baby steps. So free therapy, life coach, I like Ray Jazz, Stoner. If you're alone, I got you guys. So day by day, baby steps. Have a good night. Stay fresh. Ciao.